I didn't. Oh my God, you guys. I guess. I guess I should add myself to the stream, huh? It might help. Oh, good God. Thank you. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Okay, so this is what we're doing. My brain is not fully functioning right now, and this camera is showing everything. Know what I mean? Not cool. Not freaking cool. Can you guys hear me now? My God. Okay. So let's. There we go. Hi, honey.
Hey, there we go.
That's
What's up?
working a little better.
We fixed it.
Thank you so much for your help. I appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. Yep, let me turn this down. There we go.
I'm getting an echo for some reason
Yep,
in
that
my
was my fault.
headphones. Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep, it's fixed. So yeah, even you have to add yourself to the stream, and that's how you
Oh no,
start.
it's still giving me an echo. Is there something going on?
I don't know. I don't hear an echo.
You don't? Okay, as long as you don't hear it, I don't care.
I think you
That's
have
fine.
to hang up in Gilded. I think you're hearing me through Gilded too, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's hung up in there. That's really odd. I don't know. It's been doing it since I started, so it's not you, sweetie. But I am
Okay.
still connected to you and gilded. That's a good point.
Yeah, there we go. And then if you still hear an echo on here, you might have a stream open.
Oh, yes. That's
Yeah.
a very good point.
You can keep the stream open, just turn it all the way down, the volume all the way down, and the echo will go away.
Ah. See, look at your smarty pants. Look at that.
Shoot, I wish.
I'm just gonna close it out. Okay, that's better. That's a lot
There we
better.
go.
Now I don't hear it. Perfect. So how is your
Perfect.
night going?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
No?
Just chilling. Yeah, just chilling. How about you?
Pretty good. Little crazy, but
Yep.
when isn't it? So, it
Yep.
happens.
It's all good. It's all good. So you got a good stream going here. Everything looks good. Awesome.
Yeah, pretty happy about it. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. Hi, Angie. Oh, thank you so much. I love you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is really new to me. I mean, I literally up until right like 3 minutes after I was supposed to go on, I was watching a how-to video because I haven't
Right.
done this before. So this is all new to me.
Right.
But
Right.
it
Gotcha.
works, you know. It worked. So that's all that matters.
Perfect. Appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Okay.
Oh, I see you. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Hi, Susie. There's so many people in here, and I don't even see. The problem is that I don't know how to actually do the whole. Oh, how do I do that?
What's that?
How do I send the link?
Oh, so you copy and paste like from the top. I'll put it. You want me to put it in the chat?
Oh, okay. So I can. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you just copy and paste it. Oh, I can't do links. I'm not modded. Oops. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
There you
I
go.
guess that.
Let's see.
Okay, that worked. I don't even know.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm so silly. Like I don't know how to do two things at the same time. So when I'm on YouTube, I always have to have my phone open on my stream so I can actually chat in the
Right.
chat. Oh well, it
Yeah,
works.
it won't let me. Let's see. Oh, I can't. Oh, okay. No, don't do that. All right.
I have
Yeah,
an
I think.
update on my bestie's baby.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what? Oh.
Being on. Oh, nice.
Hey, Damone.
Yo, what's up, Ellie? What's
Hi,
up?
Susan.
What up, Damone?
Yo, what's going on, Locksmith? I
Long
appreciate
time no talk, brother.
I appreciate your help with Smash and I today, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
anytime. Happy to help.
Yeah, this has been a crazy, crazy past couple of weeks. I don't know if you guys have heard, but I contacted a company. It's called Thorn. What they do is they make a software that actually traces, recognizes, and puts metadata and like hashes. They put different things on each thing of child porn that they find that is
Yep.
uploaded to the internet. And they are an incredible company. And I actually am talking with the CEO of the company to see if we might be able to get like a sponsorship or have some kind of relationship with them. Just so I think that having that in the community would be huge. That kind of recognition, or just I don't know, like I
Yeah.
just want people to be like, oh well, they're doing something other than just arrest. Like it's progressing. I want it to
Right.
be more kind of thing.
Yep. Isn't Thorn the one that works with Apple
Yes.
for that? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I know who they are.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
Cool.
But I'm gonna schedule a time with him, but of course I have to find time for Tommy to join. But that's
Right.
always fun to figure out when he's gonna be able to be there.
Okay. Yeah. Right on. Lick Genie girl, I think you meant Locke. Oh, yeah. That's okay.
Aw,
I've been called
Dawn.
worse.
Thank you, Dawn. I love you so much. Lick. Oh, is that what we're gonna call you from now on? Is Lick?
I've been called worse.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
lick, lock, whatever. It's the same.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
Right? There you go. That's funny. They work with lots of creators and custom candles. Who's that, Star? Read my comment. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? You have a few screws loose? Do you really? Good Lord, that I could never tell, sweetheart. See, you seem pretty put together to me. I love you. I do. But yes, you can have a wrench. It might help.
Nice.
I mean, if you want to help out my channel, I'm not going to tell you no. You know what I mean? Hey, there he is.
Are you talking to me or?
Everyone, anyone.
Yeah, I'll help. I'll help
Really?
anybody. Whoa, a Damone face. What's up? Yeah, Smashley, absolutely.
There's my buddy. Let's see if I can find you.
Actually, the idea you have, that's really good. We need that kind of stuff.
We need to absolutely get more things within the community. We need to absolutely have more companies vetted, and sponsorships that tie into the community, not like Pepsi or whatever. Even though that would be great, but
right.
Just things that tie in with what we're actually trying to do. But you need to put a comment in so I can find you, because I can. Oh, there you are.
So Damone, man, you're looking good, brother.
Yeah, thanks, Locke. I only show my face on certain panels.
I got you. Okay, all right, fair enough.
Only when you're with me.
Yeah, pretty much. Man, I want to do shout outs, but there's so many people that I love in this chat. Like I wasn't nervous about coming on this panel until I saw Kim Spinner, and I was like, oh my god,
Oh yeah, she's a lovely person. I love Kim.
the best.
Absolutely love. Hi, bad guy. How are you, honey?
Yeah, like him. Hey, bad guy, what's up, bro?
Angie, tripping. Bro.
Hey, bad guy, look at that, man. I'm everywhere, bro. You can't get away from me.
Oh,
Look at like this dad.
yeah, shout out the bad guy for sure.
One whole snack.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Hi, Andy. Damone only shows his face when I allow him to. I'm very jealous.
Well, I mean, Gas is actually gorgeous, by the way. Holy shit! Like,
yeah,
he's beautiful. I'm not gonna lie.
Who's that?
Gas Mask.
Gas? I don't know him.
You don't know who Gas Mask is?
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Gas Mask? No.
Let me shout out Janie before I get some bunch of text messages.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Janie, I love you to the moon and back. So, how you doing? But she knows me. Like, she knows my face. She knows so much about me. So, shout out Janie.
Yeah. I love you too, Mama.
Looks like he plays
You
for
know
the
how
Mets.
I feel about you. My eyeball itches.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Here you go.
I'm so excited. There's so many people here.
How many people?
Yeah, it's 58 of us. Awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, usually when I go live, I get quite a few people, but I didn't realize that I would get that many people in here.
You're getting popular, yeah. How many subs you got?
I think I'm like 50 away from 1,000.
Oh, 931. Yeah.
931? Oh, I thought it was 941.
931. Yeah. Next time I go live, I will if I can, I'll get you to 1,000. I could probably do that.
Really? That would be
yeah.
great. That would be great.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
And the thing about it is that like everybody that is subbed right now, I know and have talked to multiple times.
Right.
All these people are amazing, and I mean, there's just so many people in here that I literally talk to on a daily basis.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, I would say 99% of the people in this community are great people.
Yeah.
They just, they have disagreements and stuff, but they're good people. There's
Absolutely.
1% maybe that, not so much, but you're going to have that anywhere.
Right. Yeah.
But
there's like, oh gosh, I don't block people even if I don't like them. There's not many people that I don't like anyways, but I think that John Davis has me blocked, and here Kitty, in which I don't understand that one because I've never actually talked to her. I just find it funny that people like block me when I'm just like, I don't know you. Like, is it really that I'm guilty by association?
You know what? It is. Sometimes, Smashley, it really is. Like,
that's sad.
I've done all I can do to try to get rid of that or whatever, some of the channels I'm in don't like some of the other channels and stuff. And it's like, I don't care, it's not my beef,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So
I know you wouldn't block me, Bill.
I kind of see it as we're all on the same main team. If you look at the big picture.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. But yeah, that's.
I wish it would stay that way, like I wish that.
I do too. For real.
I mean, we really need to come together. If we came together, we would be a force to reckon with, honestly.
Right.
But I mean, as it sits right now, they look at us like a joke.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, just a bunch of citizens trying to make a difference. We get paid for it. Well, you're not doing it,
Right.
We're a bunch of whole citizens, a bunch of mothers and fathers that are done with you not having your resources to make sure that our children are safe. And so
Yep.
I'm sorry that you find this as a joke, but we're not going to stop. So, I mean, they just need,
Exactly.
it's really just hard. But if we all came together and we were all on a system, you know, and it was
Yep.
just conjoined, it would be magic, honestly. It would be
It
magic.
would. I mean, I'm sure that's probably never going to happen like
Right.
100%, but I think it can be a lot better.
Yeah.
I really do.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what I try to do with my channel is, you know, anybody can come there, and if they have a beef, you know, come up and talk about it. You know,
Right.
like that lady last night, man. She came up and she's like, you know, here's, you guys been wondering about this. Here you go. And I think that kind of stuff helps.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it absolutely does. It does.
And yeah, people get on there and bicker, and it gets trolly and stuff. But
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't
what can you
know. It's
expect?
as bad as it gets. I think in an odd way that helps too. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
So
mean, it would be one thing if it was just once in a while that it was trolling, but it's not. It's like every single time somebody has
constant.
to
Yeah.
come in there and say something to somebody. They don't care who it is. They just want to upset somebody.
Yeah.
Just for their own egotistical bullshit. And it
Exactly.
upsets me. And it's just like, really? Like you're really that much of a freaking baby of a child in high school playing these little games
Right. Or you don't have
in your
anything
mother's
else to
basement.
do.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Man, I'm
You don't
too
have a
busy.
fucking hobby. Like
Right.
seriously. Get
Get
a
a
fucking hobby.
Right. Exactly. Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's annoying. I
I do
hate it.
whatever I can do to just go around and squash beefs. I don't know. It's most of the beefs are over stuff that, you know, in the big scheme of things doesn't matter. I mean, some of
Yeah.
it's serious. Some of it is
Right.
for sure, but a lot of it's just he said this about her and I like her, so screw you, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like, man,
Oh yeah.
he didn't even say that. You just heard he said, you know, that kind of
Yeah,
crap.
through the grapevine, like you don't even know exactly what was said. And by the time
Yep.
you get to it, it's like monumentous, like completely
Yes.
blown out of proportion. And I mean, fuck, it could be like, oh, I got a dog, and by the end of it, you were humping your dog. Like, I
Right.
don't know. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like, it's ridiculous.
It's like a game of
crazy.
telephone in grade school where the teacher
Yeah.
would tell the first person something, and then by the time it got to the end of the class, it was something totally different.
Yeah, it's absolutely, it's sad. And that's
Thank you.
exactly it. It's grade school. It's grade school level. These people cannot get off of a grade school level.
Right.
It's just,
Okay.
yeah.
Hold on. Somebody wants the link.
Yo, Kim Smith said it was my turn. What you talking about? And don't worry, Smash. I'm not ramping up. I promise, darling.
No, you're fine.
Curious.
You're
I'm just
fine.
curious as to what she means.
I'm not ramping up. Damone.
Bro, Locke, man, I spent all my energy on your panel last night. I'm good for like.
I know you did, bud. Yeah.
I'm good for a bit.
That's, well, you know, all right. Fair enough. That's what it's there for, bro. That's what it's there for. But yeah, like I was telling you, Damone, you know, if people didn't get a little heated and upset, it just shows that you care and you're passionate about this stuff. You know, it's not a bad thing to get emotional a little bit. We're humans. It happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
Kim Spinner, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You guys are awesome. I just
So
love
I
this.
dropped the link. Who was it that asked?
I think it was IR Green Guy, which I would love to talk to this person.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
Yo, Kim,
Yes.
I've been talking the whole time. I think.
Hucksmith is my secret boyfriend.
Who said that?
Gas mask.
Bro, hey, I thought I was your secret boyfriend, bro. What
It's not a secret now, is it?
That's what I said.
Oh yeah, you can pin the link, Smash.
How do I do that?
So you go into the chat, like on the
Uh-huh.
YouTube, and you like tick
Oh
this,
yeah, okay.
and then you click on the 3 little dots. I don't think I can do it. Yeah, I can't do it.
Wait, why didn't it go? Okay.
You click on the 3 dots like you're gonna mod it, and you just hit pin comment.
Oh, I'm not in here. Oh god. What is going on? This damn thing won't go away.
My kids are at. Hold on, just a second.
There you go, and then you click beside that, and you hit pin.
Can I not put that up here? Crappinate. I don't even know. But I'm not in YouTube. I'm in I'm in StreamYard.
Oh, you can't do it from the StreamYard chat, unfortunately. I wish they would fix that. Yeah, that's not you. That's StreamYard.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how I would do that.
Like in my streams, when I run a stream, I got the StreamYard open, obviously, and then I have another
Oh, good God. See, yep, I
browser
can have that one.
with
Okay,
the
yeah.
with the stream on it, just on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it just mute it, and then that way I can do that stuff. I don't know why StreamYard doesn't fix that. It seems like it'd be pretty simple to add, but I don't know.
Right? I mean, it says like you can do shit over here, comments. Like you can do banners and stuff. Yeah, they should absolutely add that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. When I first started using StreamYards, I'm like looking and looking at like it's got to be in here, and it's not. So
That's dumb.
yeah, right.
That is so dumb.
And it's even like that on the paid version. I thought maybe the paid version would add it, but it didn't.
You should contact them. That's some bullshit.
Oh, we have. Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
You wrote your Karen letter.
No, I've got a pretty good relationship with one of the staff at StreamYard.
Oh dang.
And
okay.
yeah, he's really cool, and we talk not a lot, but some,
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I know it's a technical thing. We're trying, yada yada yada.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's probably one of those things where they have to rewrite the whole engine to add it or something like that. It's
I mean, you would
coding
think
thing.
that it's just like a couple, paragraphs of code, right?
You would think, but sometimes when you're coding, especially any kind of a network application, there's all kinds of gotchas where you can't do certain things without rewriting other things, and it breaks stuff.
Floppy flexing.
It's
it makes sense
pain.
for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Locke, can we get a cat reveal or some shit, bro? Come on.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I can do that. I
don't know why. I don't know why no girl. That's really odd. I don't really know that thing. I don't play around with that one often enough. But I'll go and see if that's like an option in there, if I need to increase it or whatever. But yeah, I'm not sure why it'll only let you do 5. That's really odd. Sorry.
It lets you do 5.
Okay. What just happened? Okay. Yeah, it'll only let her do 5. That's really odd.
Do 5 what?
Coffees, like I did that buy me a coffee deal.
Oh, bad.
Hey, bad guy.
What's up, brother?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, bad guy?
What's up, Locke?
Not much, bro.
I can't get away from you, Locke. You're everywhere.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna come up, but Smashley, she's like, "Can you come on and help me?" And I'm like, "Oh hell yeah, for sure, for sure."
I'm an idiot. I don't know how to do this shit.
Nah, it's not hard to do once you've done it once or twice, but the first time it's kind of like, what the hell?
Yeah, I had like my baby running around, and so I was like trying to get everything set up, and it worked out, but didn't work out, I guess. Not like I would hope that it would,
Of
Hi,
course.
Matthew.
That's life for you.
Yeah, right? Isn't it though?
Yep.
What's up, bad guy?
What's up, man?
How you doing, bro?
Oh, I'm fucking exhausted.
Right.
Just got done working and I gotta be back up at 3 a.m.
Oh, bro, go to sleep, dude.
No kidding. He can't
Uh,
though.
I'll be up for a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
What's up with you guys? What y'all talking about?
How my tech skills are very sad.
Well, you better get it together, Smashley. We ain't gonna be having that.
We ain't got all day kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, I'm trying to like figure out right now because I want to do my podcast and like do, show my face and whatever. And so I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that at this point. But when I don't have 1,000 subscribers, I can't really go live. I don't know. It's really tricky. I want to do something special, but it's just I don't even know. So I'm trying to figure out the ins and outs of it. It's a lot.
Wait, you're
Yeah.
gonna do a podcast?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people that like podcasts. I didn't know that. I'm not really into podcasts. I kind of am now because Sid got me into them, but so I could like review them and find my style. But I didn't know that there was that many people that like podcasts and the community doesn't have one. And so I thought that it would be a good idea to have one. I've had many people tell me that, they really enjoy having my voice around and I don't know. I just thought that it would be fun.
Right,
sure.
right. Trying to find your own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're gonna have it like every day at a certain time, or every other day at a certain time? Is that how that gonna
You're funny.
work?
No, probably I'm gonna start it
Just
like
whenever.
once every 2 weeks and see if it kind of takes off because I have like a therapist that I'm working with that he also has a nonprofit, and so it's hard for him to get around and that and make sure that he has time to be able to come on and everything.
Oh,
But
okay. So
yeah,
you're gonna
so it's
like
not
do it
just
right.
like, oh, hang out with me kind of vlogging kind of thing. It's an actual like I'm gonna do interviews and news and that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Shit. Right on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
I'm
sounds sweet.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
I've got a correction officer, I've got plenty of police officers. I almost
See.
had a US Marshal.
No, no,
Who's
I'm
no.
kidding.
Anyway.
A real one.
Oh, a real one. Okay. All
A
right.
real one. No, I
Oh
didn't.
boy.
I
All
hate
the
that
people,
motherfucker.
all the people she just mentioned is Jeff. She has an interview with Jeff. They're all in one package.
What? Jeff? Like Southwest Jeff?
Southwest Jeff. Yeah.
Southwest Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Does he have multiple personalities? Because that's a little hard to pull off.
no, he has multiple professions. He's a doctor. He's a catcher. He's a U.S. Marshal. He's a CIA agent.
Oh
Don't
shit!
forget. He interviews rock stars too.
Yes,
What?
yes. He interviews Rockstar. He's a groupie. Yeah, he just does it all.
He's a groupie. For you to be labeled a groupie, you have to fuck all of them. So is he really a groupie?
Well,
Think
I
about
mean,
it.
Oh God. I don't know. I didn't ask because, quite frankly, I don't want to know about all that shit. But
Right?
I'm good. I'm good. None of
I
my
never
business.
really. I just only talk to him in chat. Like he's a pretty nice guy. I've never had any issues with him. So, but
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
the
do
thing.
all that.
He's a super good guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he's just trying to find his way, I guess.
Something.
I
Yeah,
don't
I get
know.
that. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I hate that there's been like so much hate, I guess, out there because I've seen
I
that a
know.
lot lately. Like
Yeah.
everybody will be like, "Oh, f you, Jeff," and it's just like, why? And
Right.
I guess I didn't know the background behind why people disliked him, but it still isn't enough, you know?
Yeah,
To
I
me.
mean, not for the level of hate. Well,
Yeah.
part of the problem, I think, is the stuff that KC did.
I don't know any. What did KC do?
He let's just say he's kind of, I don't know what you would call it, guys, like gruff or
This
not
dude's-
real,
What?
not friendly
He-
sometimes, and it
He
comes
threatened to
off.
punch a woman's teeth down her throat, smashing.
There's that.
Oh, there was that. Yeah, there was
Yeah.
that.
Who?
Miss Belding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And like you guys are saying, I said it. I think I said it last night too. Jeff seems like a nice dude. He seems like a good guy, but
yeah.
he'd be
Right.
better off
But
if he just didn't associate with KC. KC's just a bad look for him.
You might. I don't know. You might be right. I don't know.
yeah.
Oh no, I'm
Like
right.
I said, like
I
I
know.
don't.
I know I'm right. I'm
Like,
a
no,
1000%.
Like I don't know anything
Right.
really about it. I don't really know about all that. I don't know. So all I know is that he's a nice guy to talk to, you know.
Yeah, you're just as well off not knowing all of the details. It's
Yeah,
you know.
I'd probably rather not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot of shit you can't unhear or
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
makes sense.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
Hey, but that podcast idea, I like that, Smashy.
Yeah, do you listen
yeah.
to
You can pull it
podcasts?
off. Yeah, I'd watch it.
Yeah. Oh,
Hell yeah.
all right.
I would. Yeah.
All right.
Shit, yeah.
I have quite a few different ideas. Hi. Oh, and there he goes. I don't know.
That's
Who was
cool.
that?
Finding your
Brian.
What's up,
own
Brian?
lane. That's dope. Cause
Yeah.
with I started a channel just bullshitting. I just started
Yeah.
to.
I
And
know.
the other
I'm
day,
excited for you.
thank you. So the other day, with everything that was going on, I went over a certain catch and a certain other video, and kind of just reviewed it and kind of poked fun, and So now people started telling me, hey, you should stick to that, like do that, because I mean, Locksmith's got the panels on lock. You know what I mean? You're gonna do your podcast. Everybody find their own little lane, their own little niche. So I
Yeah.
think that's what
I
I'm
think
gonna
that's
do.
important. Yeah. I would love that. I think that that's a really good thing that you are trying to find your own way of going about things, because there's so many people that they are on and reviewing videos and doing like reaction kind of things, but you have found your niche with catchers because people don't do that. They don't do like reaction videos to catchers. So I think
Yep.
that's a really good idea.
Hell yeah. What's up? What's up, IR Green Guy? What's up, bro?
Hi, honey.
Like,
IR, green guy. Can you hear us?
I
I
don't
don't know
think
if
he
you can hear
cares.
us. Can you hear us? Uh-oh.
Rutro.
Am I on the
Technical
panel?
fail.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's up?
bro, what's up?
No, I figured it out. Holy shit.
There you go.
Here we go.
Right on.
Me too. Hey.
My man ain't got to say a word, bro. His presence.
I
is
can hear
enough.
you. Oh, yeah. I've been
How are
trying
you?
to figure out how to get on.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating when it's, your first time going on.
Yep.
Yeah. I had to change like 13 passwords, but I finally figured it out. I'm good.
Oh, bro, where's my
That works.
Yep.
How are you doing, Hen? Why does commercial media use a broad point paintbrush vigilante for our community? Beth, I don't know. Because they don't know a better word for it, because they don't know what we're truly doing. They don't take the time to know. And so I think that that's probably the only thing that they can really come up with that sounds evil enough for them to not have to care about what we're doing, honestly.
Yeah.
Because
We
they
got a
could just say, "Oh,
crazy
they're
echo.
catching." You know, they could just it could just be like, "Oh, it's a pred catching community." I don't know why they have to sit and call us all vigilantes. Like that's
Right.
we're not people. We're not sending them to jail. We're not torturing them. You know.
Yeah,
That's a
we
true
don't fit that description at all, really. I mean,
Yo, fake catch content. You're fucking around in the wrong chat, bro. This ain't
Yeah.
all you're used to, man. So you can take that shit.
okay, I'm gonna try to get this camera to work. It's not
Mom.
wanting to cooperate, but I'll get it in a minute. Well,
Yo,
it's been
Damone is a different
unplugged
guy ever
and
since last night.
the
Am I?
freaking battery runs out.
Bad guy. What are you saying?
No, I like this Damone, bro. I like this Damone.
What, the one that's all salty and shit?
Yeah. No, this is the don't fuck with me Damone.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wear different hats, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. But it's
all right.
okay. We like it. We love it. We love Damone.
Ah, sweetie, you're gonna make me blush. Shit.
Yep, there he goes. Nice.
You guys want us to jump off panel? You guys want some time to yourselves?
Yeah, Damone, bro. I
We're
saw you.
married.
I saw you in Edward's channel the other day, man. Mad respect. Mad respect.
He's like my brother.
Yeah. What'd you say, IR Green Guy? I didn't hear you, fam.
Yeah. What did you say, IR Green Guy Hunt? What'd you say?
Oh, I was just saying, I saw Damone in Edward's channel the other day. Mad respect.
Oh, thank you, man. I like to hang out in the
To stand up like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
That I have a crazy like echo going on.
Do you?
Do you have a stream open?
Yeah.
That usually fixes it.
Do you have your YouTube open and the StreamYards open?
Yeah,
I
if
might.
you go-
Yeah, let me check.
If you go to your YouTube and just turn the volume all the way down, that'll fix it. Okay. Is this thing gonna work or not?
But yeah,
Brittany,
I got respect for Damone because he gets a lot of trash talking over there and other panels, and he stays up there, bro.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, bad guy, I'm not going anywhere, man.
In fact, he's gonna start doing panels. Huh?
I am. Yeah, there's something in the
Yeah.
works, man.
It takes a lot to stand up to that many people. You know, you're going to get it's all these other people that like are against you.
Yep.
You know, I appreciate what you're saying. I don't think they're against me.
Well, they're not necessarily against you, but they're against who you back, basically, right?
Right.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
And that gets tough, especially when you stand up like publicly.
Yep.
Like I'm behind the scenes, right? I back Tommy behind the scenes, but you do it publicly, and that's like, bro, I got respect for you.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, you know the fucked up part is I like it over there, man. I must be like retarded or something.
You like the punishment?
It grows on you.
I hang out in CPP where I just get love constantly, and I very much appreciate that.
Yeah.
But you know, you don't want to hang out in an echo chamber, so you know.
Right.
Exactly.
Shut
Yep.
up, you know. But thank you, IR Green Guy. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. And Locke, bro, I thought you were against Tommy too, but I don't pay
No.
much attention to those
None
to the negative channels. I just feel I follow Tommy, right?
Right.
So
right.
I don't pay a lot of attention to the channels that are against him, and I always thought that, you know, from what I heard, you were against Tommy, and to
Yeah,
see you in
no.
here.
No, I'm not against Tommy. You know, some of my friends are for various reasons, and that's fine. But what was it, Smashley? 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I was in a CPP chat,
Uh-huh.
and they were talking about like the old days, like stuff that was going on you know, way back when and stuff. And I knew about a lot of that stuff. And I'm sitting here like, man, I wish I could comment. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck am I doing? Of course I can comment. This is stupid.
Yeah.
So I just started talking in there like, I don't have anything against Tommy or the other people in there. There's a lot of people in there I really like, you know, so
Yeah.
why do I have to not talk in there? That's dumb.
I think it's more of like you were saying, like it's, you know, you're guilty by association type of
Yep.
deal. Not only that, you were giving people the platform and allowing this negative talk to go on, but you said out loud, you said, I'm not going to do this anymore. You know, I'm not going to inflate the negativity, and
Correct.
you haven't. And I appreciate you for that. I really do.
Yep. I really try hard not to, because I've fallen victim to that before where,
Yeah.
you know, a couple good friends are against something, and, you know, you're just kind of against it by default. And
Right.
no, that's not a good road to go down.
No, it just paints you
So,
into a corner. I mean, what's the
yeah,
point, you know?
exactly. So,
You're missing out on opportunities with good people that you used to like that. It
right,
makes
right.
it like completely irrelevant to be
Yep.
angry at something that you're not even angry at anymore. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
you're shy to speak up or something like that. Nah,
Yeah.
that doesn't work too well on me. Not for very long. I'm just not built that way, you know.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm
I
glad
feel
you
like
did.
I feel like certain people don't like certain channels based on what other people feel. Like it's
Sure.
not it's not their feeling. It's somebody else's decision.
The mob mentality.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
and so they follow it, right? And
Yeah.
especially, I'm sorry for getting on the drama.
No, you're fine.
I've had quite a bit to drink tonight.
You're
Nice.
fine.
Sorry.
You're fine, sweetie.
That's fine. Yep.
Yeah, well, I know Damone and Locksmith know, Smashley knows too. I was a huge Tommy supporter, like all the way.
Yeah.
And then, you know, there was some things I disagreed with, whatever. But even when I was a huge Tommy supporter, I would be in Locksmith's streams all the time, and for some reason I never caught the hate that Damone catches.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Right.
I think it's because Damone makes it known that he don't give a fuck what you think, that he is CPP through and through, you know, that's his home. And so I think that that's more of a mentality that he has that maybe you don't, you know?
right. And then after all that, for a few reasons, I started not liking Tommy so much. A lot of it had to do with everything revolving him and the great grandma situation. After I found out all that shit was fake, I was like, oh well, you know that sucks.
Right.
But I had talked some shit to Tommy. He talked some shit to me. He banned me everywhere. I understand. It was, you know.
Yeah.
Now I'm unbanned everywhere. I'm over there, you know. I like to go in there, say what's up to Damone, what's up to Smashley, Cat Eyes, everybody over there. I'm still cool with.
Mhm.
And it's, you know, yeah, maybe there's one or two things I don't agree with necessarily, but it's whatever.
And you don't
know?
have
And
to, you know, you don't have
exactly.
to agree with everything that somebody does, and you're most likely not going to.
Exactly. So that's what I've always said. You know,
It's
like
crazy to
we
me
can
how
disagree.
far some people will go to take somebody down. Like the whole great grandma thing, that is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
How far they went.
Yeah. I mean, she really, she completely went overboard to the point where there's no return. You know?
Has it been determined if it was an actual person, or was
No,
it?
it was. No, she was. She was an actual person, and
yeah.
she came on Ed's panel and talked and stuff, and you know, basically admitted, yeah, I'm a compulsive liar.
Yeah,
I mean, she said that verbatim right on the live. So
when I listened to the NV Cap videos and the video of her interview, it doesn't match up. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
little it's
So really, was it a person or was it like a group of people conspiring?
Nope. It
It-
was
I
it-
one.
don't know.
It was one person. It was, according to her.
That's debatable.
A lot of people think
Yeah.
there's other people involved.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's amazing to me that one person can come in a community and cause that much chaos,
Yeah.
and
yeah, and
just
a lot
just
a lot
because
of
they
people are
lie.
a lot of
Right.
people are like, well, she donated here and she donated here. She donated to Alex. And really,
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, it's like she donated to all these people to get the sympathy of somebody who was in the community, right?
Yeah.
Basically,
But my question is, was she a person or was it like a group of people conspiring?
Okay.
as
Whatever the
far
fuck
as I
that word
know, it
is.
was just one person,
Here's what
and
I
That's
here's
what
what
we've
I
been told.
that's the
here's
sick
what I
part.
believe. Here's what I believe. This is my opinion. We know for a fact she was one person. Her photo was fake, her age was fake, but she was one elderly female.
Yeah,
And yeah, she was behind pretty much everything, but I believe she had some help. She had people in her ear.
it
That's
could be,
crazy.
very well could be. Yeah,
It's
I
crazy
don't know.
that one like 60, 70, 80-year-old person, whatever she was, could try to take down a person that is trying to do good in the community of the world, right?
Yeah, yep.
It's not just one,
Because
it's an entire group of people
because
that like to try to hurt others for no reason.
oh no, I get that, Smashly. I
Yeah.
watch every single one of Tommy's videos, and you don't see me talking, and I see you responding to me
much.
sometimes, but I
Yeah.
drive a dump truck, right?
Okay.
So I'll type something into the chat, but I can't always respond because I'm driving.
Makes
And
sense.
Gotcha.
and so I'm always there, but I'm not always in the chat like I'd like to be.
Right.
And if you'll notice, when there's a chat going on at night or something like this, I'm there. I may be drunk like I am tonight. It's been a long week,
It's all
even
good.
though it's only
You're
Wednesday.
good.
But I am 100% behind Tommy.
Yeah.
Like CPP is like the rest of them are they're doing good, but it feels like they're doing it for the numbers and the money and the views.
Yeah.
And I don't.
I get that.
We were
I,
talking about
I,
Great Grandma, and I don't remember where I was at.
You know what? Some of them may be doing it for clout. I don't know,
some
but
may be, yes.
I,
There could be some, and I'm not gonna say that I think there is. I'm not gonna say who or what, when, who.
yeah,
That's irrelevant at this point. Everybody knows where I am. I'm CPP 100% through and through.
right.
That's my home, and so everybody else is put to the side, honestly. Um, but and people may do it for content and for views and for whatever, and that sucks, but they're still getting these pukes off the street, like that's
Yeah, I agree
what
with
matters.
Like,
Yeah, people do it for various reasons. I mean, most of the catchers that I know, they are in it for the right reasons. It might be different, or they may go about things differently. It may look this way or that way, but at the end of the day, like the catchers that I deal with are, they're dedicated to it. Nobody makes a lot of money doing this. Some of them get fans, I guess, but I think for
Yeah.
the most part they're in it for the right reason. For the most
Yeah.
part,
Yeah, I mean, I guess
they do.
if it gets to a point where you have so many people watching, you might get like an inflated ego or whatever. But
I've seen that happen too.
I honestly
Yeah.
think that no matter what, they all started doing this for one reason and one reason only.
Yep.
Whether or not that completely turns into another reason, it doesn't matter at this point because they're doing what matters.
Pretty
They're
much.
pushing away
Yeah.
these guys, and so I don't have a problem with it, honestly.
Right.
like Alex, like He's like, at the end of the day, 100%, he's a good catcher.
Mm.
But I don't subscribe to him because he's a freaking douchebag. He's a douchebag, but he's a great catcher, right? It's hard to watch somebody who I know trash talk somebody that I like.
I get that
Yep.
completely. I get it.
Yeah, it's hard. People might take this a certain way. I would go one step further and say that Alex is a great catcher. I mean, he's really, really good at what he does. It's just all the other stuff that sucks,
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I feel about it. Anyway.
Yeah. When he's showing up to somebody's house, dude, I couldn't even tell you what I would do if he pulled up in front of my house.
That sucks. But let me just say this, okay? The reason that he did that was because his subscribers gave him $500 to go and show up at Tommy's house. The first time.
So,
oh wait, no, there was only that one time, right, when Tommy came out.
Yeah,
the first time
yeah.
was when they did the basketball thing. But that time they gave him $500 because somebody was telling me about the stream, and I jumped on and saw that they were like almost in front of Tommy's house, and I called him. But he did it for money, pretty much. He did it because he felt like
if you show up in front of my house for any reason whatsoever, and you are my rival, right? You have publicly said that you don't like me, then I am gonna come out
aggressive
with a firearm. I'm gonna come out with aggression.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, right? So
I get that.
I mean, yeah, I understand. Forgot I
Yeah, I understand.
At the end of the day, he's protecting his family and his way of being, and I would do the same thing. I own firearms. I would do the same exact thing. I would protect my family and my way of being.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that whole thing was just cringe.
Yeah, it was really
I don't
bad.
know. Yeah.
But again, like I said, it was more pure pressure than anything. And I just want that to be known. You know what I mean? Like that was in there as well.
No, I get that. And the peer pressure is definitely a big thing, but when you have a big channel, and at the time he had what was it? I don't remember what his channel was, but it wasn't Puggy Pug. It was right before Puggy Pug, right?
JDQ?
I don't think it was on the JDQ channel. I think it was on the other channel that he had.
Gordon Flowers.
Oh,
Flowers, yes. So when you have a channel that has that many followers, and your followers are saying, pull up on this dude and pressure him like that, and he does that, like there's something behind that. There's something to be said about, like, if you're a single person,
hey, there we go,
and you roll up threatening something or doing whatever you're doing, but
let go.
But if you roll up and you've got 30, 40, 50,000 people behind you saying, roll up, do this, say that, say that.
Yeah,
there's something different about that. I mean, he's a bully. He's straight up a bully. He's a college football player failure bully.
Here's the cat review.
All right, what's up, Locke? Look at me.
It's so cute. What's his name?
What's his name? Key?
Key?
Yeah, Key.
Oh,
yep.
Cute little kitty Key.
That's pretty much my family.
You like go kitty Key all the time.
No,
that's what I would do. My cats, I have two of them. One is Luna, and the other is Kip.
Right.
Yeah, love it. I don't like them per se, but they don't like me either, so it's about equal.
It's okay.
Nobody
likes their cats. The thing about cats is they are always plotting against you. They're always trying to figure out a way they can kill you, but they are too small to do so. Right? If it was a lion, it would have already taken you out.
Right. Yep.
This is
Yep.
true. This
No,
is true.
the cat owns the place. I just live here and pay the bills. That's how
100%.
that works.
Right. I know. Yeah. My
Anyway.
cats are actually they're so like emotional support animals for my kids. And
Yeah.
the one that is for my son, like she will literally get under the blankets and cuddle with him. But at nighttime she goes in my daughter's room with the other cat and they both cuddle on her bed. It's really
Right.
it's so
That's
cute.
cool.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
My dog was an emotional support animal for me. I
Yeah.
I actually had to put him down July 10th.
Oh.
Oh,
I,
that's so
I had him for 14 years.
Oh,
yeah.
that sucks.
I
Yeah,
got I got my kids these cats because they had gone through a lot of trauma. We had lived with my parents and my family for years, and my dad had fallen like 2 stories and got like a grade 4 concussion, and he ended up kicking us out, and we were homeless for like 5 months. So there was like a whole bunch of drama and crap that went on through that time,
Oh yeah.
and so when we finally got settled in our first place, we couldn't have animals, or else we had to pay like so much money. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because they were brand new apartments, like I literally had to plug my fridge in, kind of brand new apartments.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, and then when we got here to our condo, um, my landlord does not know about the cats, but I don't think that he would be mad because I got like a thing from their doctors, and I just thought that it would be a good idea, to get them
For sure.
someone that they can hang
Yeah.
out with and talk
Yep.
to and would just listen. So,
It was
Exactly.
when my brother passed away. I was talking to somebody and they said, "Well, make your dog an emotional support dog, and
yeah.
you can take him anywhere you want." I don't take him like I didn't take him anywhere but my apartment,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's important. I
it's
really,
he's kind of the reason I'm drinking tonight because my roommates are gone and I'm home alone.
honey.
And look, I'm not really home alone because I'm with you guys, right?
No, yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying,
It's
but
it's
that's
it,
that.
it it's since I had to put him down, the alone time has been tough. It's
Have
like
you thought about, are you at a place where you could possibly get a new animal or
I
not
can
yet?
I just don't think I'm ready for that.
It's not that
Right.
easy. I had a cat that
Yeah.
I had for a lot of years, and I live alone too. And he got killed by coyotes out at the house, and
Oh my gosh.
it was, yeah, I cried like a little bitch, man.
Hmm.
I'm not even gonna lie. And
I would
it
have
was,
too.
man, it was a good year before I was ready to finally get another cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It just
it's rough because it's
it's
like
rough. Yep.
like that is like you're not gonna find another dog or cat with the same personality, the same, traits.
No.
No, you're
And
not.
like my dog was he was like the best dog in the world. I could have him off leash anywhere. If I told him to come, he would come. He'd sit right next to me. But he just
Dominique
managed.
said that today is National Black Cat Appreciation Day.
Okay.
He would sit next to you though, like just chill out with you, like
Oh, he would, yeah. Like he wouldn't like that. We would literally we go down to Kirkland, which is so I live right outside of Seattle, and
right.
Kirkland is right on Lake Washington, and Lake Washington. So in Kirkland, Lake Washington has like a park like every half mile in downtown. So when he got older, I would take him down there and we'd walk from park to park to park so that you have a place to rest and kind of lay down and relax. And there'd be dogs that walk by barking at him, like just causing a ruckus, and he just lay there and stare at him. He didn't give a shit. But
That's awesome.
like to get another dog, I don't know. I like personally, like emotionally, I'm not ready. It's
Right.
been
Yeah.
like what, a month. But really, at the end of the day, you know, like now I have roommates. I just moved into a place with my cousin and her fiance, and
Okay.
it's kind of nice because after I had to put him down, I moved in with them, and so it's like a whole new, uh, like environment and routine. I don't have a routine here with my dog.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of
It's
like
a
a whole
fresh
new
start.
start.
Yeah,
Exactly, but it's still rough.
absolutely.
And they're out camping right now, and I found myself, you know, they went camping, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have some. I got to drink some beer because
Right.
nobody's
Right.
home,
I
right?
get it.
Like there's
Yeah.
nobody here. If I would have found, if you would have like, don't take this weird, but if you would have started this stream and this panel prior to me drinking, I would have jumped on and I would have been good. Because there's
Right.
people to talk to, right? There's like-minded people that I can have a conversation with, like Locke
Yep.
and the bad guy and Smashley.
Well, you're more than welcome to be here, and whether you're drinking or not, you're fine.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm
I
like
think
a
you've
six
done a fine job. There's nothing wrong with anything that you've said.
I'm a
No.
6-pack plus in at this point.
Yeah,
You sound fine to me. I mean,
you do.
No,
yeah, honestly.
well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that because I feel like I don't sound right. I feel like I'm slurring every word I say. I feel like I'm like stumbling over myself.
No, you're
No,
good. Bro.
Not
not at all.
really.
Mm-mm.
No. No.
But anyway,
No.
let's. I feel like we should move this conversation along to something substantial.
Well, don't worry, man. I'm gonna fall asleep and start snoring on them.
Oh yeah.
Give me
It's
5
that
minutes.
time.
Yeah. If you guys watched my stream from last night, you'll get to hear Damone snoring.
Bro, I can't, Locke, I
I
can't
might
tell
have
you.
to check that out.
Yep.
Yo, Locke, I can't tell you what a jacket. I felt so stupid, bro.
Oh man, everybody's done it. There's like a long list of people that have fallen asleep on my streams because they're what,
Yeah, that's
9, 10
true.
hours long. Shit. Of course,
Well,
somebody's gonna fall
Good
asleep.
God.
it won't be the last time. I promise you that.
No, probably not. So yeah, the longest stream I did was 36 hours.
Jesus. Well, Locke, how about this? I will come on your stream and fall asleep. How about that?
Sure. You're welcome, brother. Absolutely.
Perfect. I like it.
Yeah, people, they'd come in and be like, "Oh, I'm off to work," and they'd go to work and they'd come home. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm home," and they'd go to sleep. And they'd get up. "Oh, I'm up," going to work again. It was crazy.
That's
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
that
they
is
would go-
crazy.
They would go to work and then come home and you would still be alive?
Yeah.
Were,
I mean,
were you awake the whole time?
Yes, I was awake the whole time. Yeah, absolutely.
That was gonna be my question, Smash. How
And you
much
know
of
what
Yeah.
happened after the stream? Some shit went down, and I was up for another 6 hours dealing with that.
What?
Yeah, I have severe insomnia.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
severe. It's
I have the absolute opposite. I could lay down,
Right.
put my head on a pillow, and I'm out in like 2 minutes.
oh man, I wish I had that. I would give everything
Me
I own
too.
to have that. I really
Me
would.
too. My husband's the same way, and it pisses me off so bad.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
like, fuck you, wake up.
There's times I just can't get to sleep for days.
Smash is just looking at her man like, how could you sleep?
And he
Right.
snores too.
Oh,
So I
No,
start
thanks.
throwing things at him. I do.
yeah.
I do. I'll throw little things at him and then be like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, when it's time to go to bed, man, I hit that pillow and I'm out.
Nice. Well, be thankful for that because it's if you can't sleep, it's hell because then you got to work the next day, and then you think, oh, I'm going to be really tired. No, you're not. You stay awake half the night. It's horrible. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because my sister, my cousins, everybody, has, like anxiety and depression and what is a sleep thing?
Insomnia.
Insomnia and
Yeah.
like all these issues, and like I'm the only one in my family that doesn't have anything. I don't have depression. I don't have. I've got nothing.
Yep. That's good.
It's like I'm the opposite of normal when you really look at society, because like when you look at society, you think that like I there was a comedian that was talking about how their family is on all these drugs, and they're like, oh, I'm not on, I take nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't remember exactly how it went, but he's like, I'm abnormal. I feel abnormal. I feel like an outcast because
Right.
everybody's on these drugs for all these different issues, and I'm on nothing.
Yeah, I'm not on anything
And
either. I don't have anything else, just the insomnia. Otherwise, I'm pretty healthy.
yeah,
But yeah, most Americans, they're on 6 or 8 or 10 drugs 2 or 3 times a
exactly.
day. It's like, holy shit.
That's
To
me.
not be on drugs, you're like abnormal. You're a fucking anomaly.
I know, right? Yeah.
And it's like, really, if you step back, if like all these people step back and stop taking some of the drugs that
Yeah.
they've been given, really, like, do they need them? Like,
Well, you'll get a drug for something, and then you'll have to have another drug because that interacts with something else, and then you got to have a drug to fix that. And before you know it, you're on a pile of, you take a
oh
handful
yeah,
of pills every 4 hours.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, please, here you go, take this drug. You're gonna have like, explosive diarrhea
All
and
these
all,
symptoms, yeah. And most
Oh,
people, if
geez.
they just ate right, they'd be fine.
yeah,
Where'd
it's
Walmart
crazy.
go?
Yep.
It's crazy,
Walmart,
but I mean, like, I feel like I'm abnormal because I don't take any of these things.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, green guy, I don't
You
take
know?
anything either. I have no prescriptions, so I'm right there with you.
Nice. There you go.
There's
Yeah.
Walmart. What's
Is
up,
it-
Wally?
Hey,
Hey,
Wally.
Walmart one.
hey, what's
Oh
up?
shit! Is this Wally's first appearance on any panel ever?
I think so. Besides me trying to do it on mine.
Oh, okay.
I'm
What's
so
up?
honored.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you all.
Wally's
Nice.
a great guy. I love him to death.
This is like a historic panel.
It really
This
is.
is awesome.
Right? Yeah, it is.
Had to come to support Smashley.
Oh,
For sure. Yep.
love you.
Yep.
Yep.
Is there any way
Actually,
that we
my
can?
daughters go like this. How do they do it? They go like, I don't even know, dude. They use different fingers. They go like that. I don't fucking know.
Is that-
I
is
just do
that-
like this.
Oh, I don't have the video on hand. Let me turn on the camera real quick.
Oh, it's just like the heart thing that you do with your fingers. Like
Like-
my daughters do it like.
Can you
She
see me?
showed me. Yeah, I can see you. It's like I don't know, dude.
Like that, right?
Do it weird. Yeah, that's how I do it. But my girls do it with different fingers. That it's like really. It's like I don't know. It's like that. I don't know. It's really weird. It's annoying. I'm like, you're gonna have carpal tunnel. Stop it.
Right.
I've already had carpal tunnel.
Is there?
Oh, me too. Look at this shit. I don't know if you can see it. Wait. I don't know if you can see it. I have like a huge ass scar all the way down my arm.
Oh
from-
yeah.
I fell down 13 stairs and landed like that on the ground, and I
Ouch.
shattered my entire wrist.
My
But they
God.
went in and they did a carpal tunnel release, and they did one right here, and they nicked. See, you can see the scar now, right there.
No, yep. I see
But
it.
they nicked like a main tendon or something in there that makes my fingers move. So in the morning I can't move these fingers. Like it takes a couple hours before my brain
Oh,
brain
wow.
waves are like, oh shit, there's fingers there, you know? Like
I had I had the same surgery.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had like this big ass like the sutures for it. It kept breaking open because they did it so tight. Like I don't know if it like got swollen while they were operating or whatever, but it was so tight. Like oh my gosh,
It's crazy.
Wow.
You probably can't see it. Let's see, where's the camera at? Anyway, so when my dog was 2, I brought him outside to go to the bathroom in the morning. He saw a bird and decided to go after it. And I had wrapped the leash around my wrist, and he went after it, tightened up around my wrist, and tore a ligament. So like a year and a half later, I go to the doctor and I was like, dude, I'll feel fine, and then I'll go to pick up a piece of paper, and it will literally drop me to my knees.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
so he did. I pissed him off because he did all these different tests, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I mean, like if it keeps bugging you, let me know." And I was like, "Well, doc, how about we do the test that looks at ligaments, like an MRI maybe?"
Yeah.
And he throws his hands up and walks out of the room and says, "Well, it's not my fucking insurance."
Wow.
What's insurance? They bill the insurance. Oh my
Yeah,
god. That's why you have insurance. Oh my god.
exactly. And
Unbelievable.
This is why I don't trust old doctors, because they're jaded, right? They've seen everything.
I've got a problem with doctors too.
So he throws his hands up, literally, and walks out of the room. It's not my fucking insurance. And so then we go and we do the fucking MRI. 2 days later, he calls me back, and I didn't answer the phone. He leaves me a message saying, "So you have a ligament that's 75% torn, so we're gonna go ahead and schedule for surgery."
Right.
So we do surgery, and dude, I literally could not move my hand. It was in a cast like this for like 3 months.
Yeah.
I had it so you know what a Keurig is? A Keurig.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure everybody has a
Coffee
Keurig.
machine?
Coffee,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took a toilet paper roll and had the deal that you pack your own coffee into the Keurig, into that.
Yeah.
And I had a whole setup going. But dude, they gave me 75 oxycodones after surgery.
That's it?
No. So after that, they gave me 75 hydrocodone.
Okay.
So 75. Right. So they gave me 75. What are they?
What, like
Oxycontin.
oxycontin or oxycodone?
That's the last thing you need.
What's the first name for them? Oxycodone, Percocet. They gave me 75 Percocet. Then I went back in. They gave me 75 Vicodin, and then I went back in. They gave me 100 Tylenol with codeine.
Wow.
Dude.
And they wonder why people are hooked on this shit.
Exactly. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like the 75 oxycodone should have been enough.
No kidding.
Right.
And so I went back in for my whatever, checkup, and he's like, "All right, well, here's a prescription." I was like, "Well, I'm not done with the last prescription." He's like, "That's okay. Just go ahead and fill this." And it was the 75 fucking Vicodins.
Yeah, just take them. They don't care. They don't care.
I mean, this was 10. This is like 10 years ago. This is 2011.
Wow.
So it was like in the heyday of the opiate prescription.
Right.
But it's like, dude, you guys wonder why people are hooked on this shit.
Right.
Right.
You gave me like probably 75% too much oxycodone. Now you're giving me hydrocodone, which is Vicodin.
Right.
which is just as fucking addictive. Now you're giving me, I'm done with that. Now you're giving me whatever the fuck you call the Tylenol with codeine,
Yep. Tylenol
which is
threes. Yeah.
Tylenol
super
3s.
fucking addictive by itself.
Sure. Yeah.
Codeine is in it, and codeine is what oxycodone is.
Yeah. It's a
Exactly.
lesser form of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a derivative of it.
Yep.
It's almost like and now they're cracking down. Like I fucked my back up at work like 3 months ago. I went to urgent care, and they gave me 12. What did they give me? They gave me 12, 5, 325 oxycodones. So Percocet, right?
Yeah.
But they were 5% Percocet, 325%.
Acetaminophen. That acetaminophen, I mean, that shit kills your liver. It's
Oh, yeah.
so bad for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I was so fucked up after I fucked my back up. I took those and I called him. I was like, dude, my back is jacked up. I literally, I would stand up and I couldn't stand up straight. I
Yeah.
was like hunched over. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do shit. And they were like, well, sorry. I mean,
Yep.
you're lucky you got that.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, I mean, thankfully they're not prescribing it like they did.
Yeah, but they
But
went too far the other way. You know, if you
Right,
really need them,
exactly.
you can't get the damn thing.
The thing
Exactly.
about it
It's
is,
like
let me tell you this, okay? As a pain patient, I have been given pain meds since I was 12 years old. I have had horrible, horrible medical and health issues all my life. It started out with scoliosis, went to spinal stenosis, endometriosis. It would just, the list goes on, okay? I am now on, after 27 years, I'm now on, I'm not 40. My math is bad. Sorry. It's late.
So we are definitely not 40, especially.
I'm not
Yeah.
40.
Definitely not 40.
Not saying anything bad about 40. I'm just not 40 yet. That's all.
Wait till you turn 50, you're gonna shit.
Or I probably
I'm
won't do
41 and I
shit.
feel
That
like
might
I'm
be a
50.
problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 40 in just a few months.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
October.
40 is the new 20.
Yeah.
I wish I was 40 again.
40 is not the new 20. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but
No,
it is not
40
the
is
new 20.
40. It's yeah.
Right.
40 is
40 is on
doctor's
the way to 50.
appointments and spinal bullshit
Yeah.
and
Well, I've had
massages.
that all my life. So at this moment, I am on 50 or 75 microgram fentanyl patches every 2 days. Okay.
Wow.
And then I'm on oxycodone 20 milligrams 4 times a day, Lyrica 150 milligrams 4 times a day. And this is just, and then I'm going in on Monday to get more shots in my hip joints. There's 4 shots, 1 in my joint, 1 in my sciatica, on both sides. And so it's scary, that kind of shit. I hate needles. I hate it. But the thing about it is this: the CDC and the FDA decided that it would be a good idea to make guidelines. Okay, let's talk about these guidelines for a minute. All these insurance places have found a new bright reason to not pay for these people's pain medication. And so they are literally telling them, take your pain medication patients down, or we will drop you out as a provider, period.
Yep.
And my doctor has now dropped 2 insurance companies, no, 3 insurance companies, because they've done that shit. But he is all about the patient. And now I'm having to go and find another marketplace plan that he can take, because he is not going to take me down, because it's dangerous. It's really dangerous at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find another way to get my milligrams down, because I don't want to be on this. If I have to go in for surgery, what the fuck am I going to do if I can't get out of pain? I am opioid tolerant. That is scary as fuck. You have
Yeah.
no idea. I am deathly afraid. If I get in a car accident, they're not going to be able to get me out of pain. What the fuck am I going to do? You know?
Right.
And so
Right.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified. And
I-
so at this point, I'm trying to find a way. But these people think that because they said in these guidelines that everyone needs to be 90 mil equivalent, 90, what is it? Morphine, sorry, 90 morphine mil equivalent. And if you're not under that, um, you're not allowed to have your medication. We won't pay for your medication.
Right.
But the whole thing about this is that they were guidelines. They were not a law. They were not put into effect. They were not saying like, and these were guidelines, mind you, these were guidelines for people that are not opiate tolerant, that have not ever had pain medication before. You know?
Right.
And these are
And so,
guidelines for people
yeah.
that have never taken.
Exactly.
It
And so
does-
I go to CVS, they won't even fill my oxycodones because my oxycodones are 120 mil equivalents over the guidelines. And so they won't even fill it. They won't even entertain the fact of having it.
So,
so
I heard a story. Wait, where's the camera? I heard a story by somebody. There's somebody that get. Can you see the quote?
Black powder,
Get
that's scary.
Percocet knows somebody that
What do you mean
works
get
for the
Percocets? How do you get Percocets?
legally, like for pain.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, for legality reasons. I don't want
Okay.
FBI fucking beating down my door. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, I don't think they're going to do that for a couple of pills, but go ahead.
Oh, it's more like a
Oh,
Al
you'd be
Pacino.
surprised. You'd be surprised.
So
Yeah.
so this person gets them, and they don't work for them anymore. So they sell them to somebody that works for the University of Washington. There's a professor for the University of Washington, which I'm sure you've heard of that, right?
Mhm.
University of Washington. He has cancer, and he's literally like they can't cure him. He's fucking dying. And his wife buys them for him because they won't fucking give him enough.
Right.
They won't give him enough to control the pain that he is in because of the cancer that he has. It just doesn't make fucking sense.
That is incredibly unjust.
I hear
mean,
stories about that all the time. It's amazing
Hey,
to me how some idiot in Washington can make some kind of rule or whatever that affects you. They don't know your body. They're not doctors. What the hell?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I actually have a story, like that. Well, back in the day, it's no secret. I've said it plenty of times. I was a heroin addict for like 10 years, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm still a heroin addict technically, but I'm sober. I'm in recovery. But anyways, so I have a shady past, whatever. I used to deal heroin to support my own habit.
Okay.
And I knew, people I served. There was the stripper. I would serve her, and through her, I met this elderly lady, like an old lady, like a grandma. And this stripper used to buy heroin off me for her, and then eventually ended up just plugging me in directly, so she wouldn't have to middleman it.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I started serving this elderly lady, and I always thought it was so like it was crazy. I almost felt guilty, I never felt guilty about anybody I served. Like this was years ago. I was a different person. I never cared.
Right.
But this lady, like seeing her, it was like I was looking at my grandma, and it just didn't sit right with me.
Didn't feel right.
Right.
Yeah.
And one day I finally, like, after dealing with her a couple times, and getting a feel for her, being a little more friendly, I guess you could say.
Right.
I work up the courage to ask her, and I'm like, hey, like, if you don't mind me asking, like why the hell are you doing heroin? like what's the deal? Like how are you doing heroin? You know what I mean? And
Right.
she told me that a couple years back, I guess she had some kind of surgery, and she got prescribed hydrocodones, which were, I don't know if you guys remember, the blues, and then they ended up just cutting her prescription after a while.
Yep.
And by that time she started going through withdrawals, and you know, and I guess the stripper that I met her through was her relative, and she was a little more streetwise, so introduced her to heroin, and you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
she got hooked.
Wow.
So she got hooked off of a prescription, and that led her to heroin. Which before I did heroin, I was doing pills, but I was never prescribed them. I was just fucking around and doing them off the streets.
That's so many
Right.
people's story. Do you know
It
that?
is. It
Yeah,
really is.
exactly.
Not only
Yeah,
that,
Yep.
not
so
only
many
that,
people.
these people that have gone to heroin, they have hated themselves so bad that they have gone to the point of suicide
Yep.
or
The-
murder. They have gone and killed their doctors right in front of their offices. They
Mhm.
walk out to their car and they shoot these people because they've cut them off of something that is so life sustaining. You can't do that. You cannot just stop these things.
Right.
Like you
That-
can die.
That's where it gets messy. Is that so? I have a friend who's been in like 3 different car accidents.
I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry,
Okay.
go ahead.
She has like compressed discs in her neck, and she was all fucking jacked up, right? And so she was getting ready to have a baby, and she's like, I can't have a baby that's on, it's like hooked on fucking heroin, basically, right? So she kicked it, but it got me thinking. It's like, how many of these people that doctors prescribe this shit to are are hooked on this shit, and then they're like, oh nope, no more, sorry.
Yep.
You're fixed, no more. But yeah, like your fucking broken arm or your fucking sprained ankle might be fixed, but your addiction to the drug that the doctor put you on to mitigate the pain from that injury is not fixed.
Right.
Right? Like they need, like, okay, so you fuck up let's just say I fucked up my ankle at work, right? They put me on oxycodone, and this is completely, not physiological. It's not true. Not true.
Hypothetical.
The hypothetical, yes. Thank you. I'm drunk. Thank you.
It's all good.
So I fuck up my ankle. They put me on a drug to mitigate the pain from that ankle injury. But then once they decide that my ankle is good to go and I can go back to work, the pain pills stop, right?
Right.
Well, those pain pills that they put me on to mitigate the pain that was caused by whatever, injury I had, those pain pills are fucking addictive. So once I'm cured, right? Once I go back to work, I'm good to go. I still my body would still crave those pills. It would still crave that drug that, you know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they don't give you anything to mitigate that. They give you the pain pills to mitigate the pain. Once you're good to go back to work or good to go back to whatever, you're good to go, right? They see you later. Have a
Good
good
job.
day.
It's because they don't care. They do not care at all. Like,
As long as they're getting paid. And that's a lot of
Exactly.
doctors,
They don't,
but
and-
not all. Not all doctors are like that.
Well, and I feel like up until about, I don't know, 2 years ago, they didn't care. But now they're starting to realize, oh shit, we're fucking people up. Like
Right.
that dude at the fucking at the off ramp that I saw that was fucking, passing out with the sign
Yeah.
that said, let me get some money for, like homeless, whatever.
Right.
Like, that's my fucking fault. He is in that situation because of me. And
Unfortunately,
I think
that's what it takes for him to wake up, though.
but it shouldn't be. It
Right.
shouldn't be. It should be, hey, these fucking drugs are super fucking addictive and they're fucking people up, you know, just as bad as heroin, if not worse.
For sure.
Like, I had my best friend from middle school. Like, we hadn't really like hung out since middle school, but we had kept in touch, you know, via Facebook. I'm like perusing fucking Facebook and I see this RIP, you know, I hope you wake up. Da, 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 da. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, he apparently had gone in the bathroom and shot up some heroin. And next thing you know, paramedics pick him up, bring him to the hospital. They're trying to, you know, do it.
So pretty much it was what they are doing is they are mixing it with fentanyl. And if you are not opioid tolerant, you will die. First hit, first time, I don't know how people do heroin, like the first hit, whatever, like the first time you do it, the first introduction into your body gets overwhelmed because fentanyl is no joke. It is not a joke, but it is a lot cheaper to make than black tar heroin. And that's, they're mixing it in with everything. They're making the oxycodone pills. I mean, every fucking thing. And it's deadly. It's deadly.
Yep. Fentanyl is predominantly coming out of China, but it's coming through Mexico and then coming up basically from China to Mexico to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
it's sad.
And I don't know why the U.S. has not, like, we go to war with all these fucking countries for all this piddly little shit. Why don't we fucking step in and say, nope, the fucking, you know, the cartels, we're going to war.
Don't get me started on
Mexico,
politics.
But we're going to war with the fucking Mexican cartels.
Because it makes them money. That's why it makes them money.
100%.
There's no freaking, there's not a fucking chance in this world that the politics aren't all in on this bullshit, okay?
Yep.
This is here because they want it to be here. Their border patrol agents, everything like that. Yeah, they get like what, 10% of what actually fucking comes in. So this every fucking thing that is here is meant to be here because they want it here. They want you hooked on drugs. If you go to the doctor more because you're hooked on drugs, if you, it makes a whole fucking thing. That's why they have not cured cancer. That's why they have not cured all of these things. It is no joke. People only care about fucking money. Fuck you.
There was a time. So when I had
preach it.
I had wrist surgery back in 2011. They gave me I went in. They determined what was wrong. I had a fucking ligament or torn ligament, whatever. After my wrist surgery, they gave me 80 oxycodone, whatever the equivalent of Percocet. They gave me 80. I went back in for my checkup. They gave me another fucking 80 of them.
Wow.
And then I went back in. So I had my wrist. My hand was in like kind of a weird like cast thing for like 6 months. I went in, they took that off. They gave me 80 oxy. So the first 2 times was oxycodone. The third time was oxy whatever the Vicodin is. So they gave me Percocet the 2 times, oxy the third time, and then and it was all the same. They gave me 80 of them. And then the 4th time, they gave me 80 Tylenol with codeine. Well, the second time that I went in, I was like, dude, I've gone through like half of those pills.
Right.
And they're like, oh, no, yep, here's your prescription.
So they just kept feeding them to you even though you didn't need them? Are you serious right now?
Yeah, they're like, fucking eat them.
Wow.
Let's go, eat them.
Wow. And every time they would up you more to a different milligram, different strength, different drug?
They didn't up me, but I had only gone through like half the prescription of the Percocets, and they gave me another full 40 prescription of the Percocets. They gave me like literally, they gave me another full prescription of the original prescription of what I had.
Mm-hmm.
That is some shit, dude.
It's
Wow.
like hook this motherfucker on drugs. Like,
Yep.
I don't know what the fuck their end game is. Like, what's their end game? I get hooked on drugs. I end up living in a fucking a fucking tent, stealing
because
cars,
they
stealing
think that
bikes.
the weak can take themselves out. The trash will take themselves out.
But,
As long as they get paid, they're good.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that
they
doesn't
don't
make
care.
sense though. Like I'm not trying to float my own boat here, right?
Mhm.
Don't take this the wrong way. I have an 800 credit score. I pay my bills. I don't have you know what I mean. It's not like
Well, then they'll
I'm
get
some
more
down
money
on
out
my
of you.
luck person with shit credit. Like it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, but it doesn't have to make sense for them. All they care about is money. They don't
That
care about the
income.
person. They don't care about what could possibly happen. They do not care about you. They don't care about your family. They don't care about anything because once you die, you make more money for them going from your insurance, being in the hospital, from the whole the whole death deal of the casket and the mortuary and all that kind of stuff. Like they
Exactly.
make more money from you dying than from you living, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't care either way.
No.
And it's injustice. You want to see some injustice? That's some injustice. Making these laws where these motherfuckers barely get anything for hurting a child, that's injustice.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of injustice in the world. And
It's
really
it's sick. It's sick.
And the thing is like if we would go back to the fucking 1700s, whatever, when this country was formed, they would stand up with their fucking muskets and be like, no, motherfucker. This is a tyrannical government. We are fighting back. But really, nowadays, we're a bunch of fucking
Wild West.
We're
I mean,
a bunch
they would
of
let
fucking
people kill each other and whatever.
We're a bunch of IPA drinking motherfuckers. I'm drinking IPAs right now. So really I don't have a lot to talk about. But we're a bunch of fucking we're a bunch of Bud Light drinking, IPA drinking, like little fucking bitches who don't have the heart to stand up. And like that's not saying nothing against like the people, right? That's not saying nothing against Locke and Damone and the bad guy and Walla, whatever the fuck. I can't fucking read it. I'm drunk. I can't read it. Like nobody is gonna stand up against the government because they've got tanks and fucking Blackhawks and like when people come out and say, well, the Second Amendment was written when we had fucking muskets. Yeah, you're right. The Second Amendment was written when we had muskets, but the government also had muskets.
But now, again, like back then, there was like what 1% of the population that we have now. Like you can't. It gets extremely hard to control that many people. And the end game is money. If they had more money, they would have more police officers. If they had more money, they would make DAs change these laws. If they had more money, it's all about money, even though they have it.
And the whole police officer thing kind of gets me too. Is like defund the police. Well, you want to defund the police and fire a bunch of police officers, but then you're gonna bitch when people are fucking robbing your house.
Yeah.
Exactly. How about we don't defund the police? We fucking like refund, put more money into the police, and training and all that.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
It doesn't make fucking sense.
20% of their budget goes towards their vehicles. 20%.
It doesn't make sense. Like, give them a fucking Hyundai fucking accent. Why do they need to drive a fucking a brand new Ford fucking whatever the fuck you drive? Give them a piece of shit car to drive and train them.
Well, I mean, it would be less suspicious,
They get new cars every other year, man.
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah, they do.
Exactly. But I don't think they would bitch about driving a 4-year-old car.
Rich people don't get new cars every other year.
Right?
Shit.
Like, train them. Don't defund them. Fund
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Fund them. Give
Just
them
spend
money.
it more wisely. How about that?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It just, none of this shit makes sense. Like, I live in Renton, Washington. We're right outside of Seattle. We
Oh,
have
boy.
a shooting literally almost every single night.
Yeah.
It's insane. And then, like, my family wonders why I carry a gun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, because people are shooting motherfuckers all the time. If
Yeah.
I can protect myself, I'm gonna fucking protect myself. I'm gonna shoot a motherfucker if they pull a gun on me and try to shoot me. It, like,
Right.
how is that even a fucking question?
Right.
I don't know. I won't leave the house without it. I mean, I
It,
carry 24/7, 365, baby.
so 100%, dude.
You know.
It's
I wish I don't trust my. It's not that I don't trust myself with gun. No, I don't trust myself with guns.
it's honestly, like, I'm gonna say something here, and it's gonna be kind of controversial. And
Go
so,
ahead.
about 3 months ago, I was unloading a firearm and had a negligent discharge, and it scared the fuck out of me. I didn't carry a gun for up until about a week ago. I didn't fucking carry a gun.
My buddy had the same thing happen, and he had a charge on his record for the last 4 years that he's been fighting. He just
it
barely got it off his record. I'm
I
surprised you
I
didn't get
am
charged with that.
I've been waiting. I've been watching the mail, waiting, but I live in an area with so much crime that I don't think they're gonna charge me. But I've been waiting for it, and it's fucking terrifying. I've never done anything wrong. I have a clean record. I have
Do they
perfect
even know it
credit.
happened?
Huh?
Do they even know that it happened?
I called the police. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I put a round through my fucking wall. I called 911 and said I fucking put a round through my wall.
Like into a neighbor's place?
I don't think it went into a neighbor's house, but
But it could have, yeah.
it could have, and it scared the fuck out. Like, literally. So my neighbor heard it, and they came over and knocked on the door,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't answer the door. I was outside calling 911 saying, "Hey, I just fucking indeed through my wall." And so when I talked to them the next day, they're like, "Dude, we thought you fucking shot yourself." I was like, "No. I was outside. Like, it happened. I went outside. I went out in the backyard. I called 911."
Right.
But with that said, it's like, it's fucking terrifying. I still have. I can show you if you really want. I can show you the fucking spent round on my dresser from that night.
You
It's
found
right.
it? Like it was in your wall?
No,
The spent casing. The spent
Oh,
casing.
okay.
So I
So what
have
did they
that
say when
on.
you called? Did they say,
Did they come out?
Yeah, what did they
The,
say?
the terrifying thing is, they came out. There was 2 officers, and I was like, "Dude, what happens? Like what happens from here?" He's like, "Bro, relax. We're filing a report." I was like, "Okay, well, what happens when you file that report? Like, where does it go?" He's like, "Dude, it's a report. Chill out." He's like, No. What the fuck happens after you file that report? Like, not chill out. You're filing a report on me firing a round through my fucking wall by accident. He's like, "Dude, welcome to the club." He said there's those that have there's those that there's when it comes to gun owners, there's those that have and those that will. I was like, "What the fuck do you mean those that have and those that will?" He said there's those that have had an ND and those that will. I was like, "No. No.
No.
There's those that have an ND and those that should never have fucking had an ND." Like, it was like the worst fucking night in the world for me.
Yeah.
Well, the way
Because
that works is the DA will look at it and decide, and if nothing's happened by now, it's probably nothing going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 4 months. It's I keep checking, I keep calling the county, but at the end of the day, I live in I live in King County. If you look up King County, Washington, it's a pretty fucking active county when it comes to crime.
Right. Well, if something was going to happen to you or come from it, I'm pretty sure it would have by now.
I agree.
I would imagine.
It's been like 4 months, but literally maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I finally pulled a gun out of my safe and took it with me to work. It was so after it happened, I literally disassembled every single firearm I had. I kept the frames because the frames are what have the serial number. So like the frames are literally the firearm.
Sure.
I put all of the slides and the bolt carriers in a box and brought them down to a friend's house and said, "Hey, put these in your fucking wherever the fuck, just keep them for me."
Yeah.
And
so what happened? What caused the discharge? Like were you cleaning it or?
I had recently, so I have a bunch of Springfield.
Okay.
And for the most part, Springfield has an ambidextrous mag release, right?
Yeah.
So I had bought a Springfield Hellcat, which had a right-handed mag release. And so I was like, all right, well, since I'm carrying, I'm going to start carrying this Hellcat. I need to practice with a right-handed mag release. And so I'm 5 foot. I'm like 5'1". I have fairly small hands. I was like, all right, well, I've been dropping the mag in all of my guns with my index finger. I need to practice with my thumb because that's it was a left-handed mag release, or I guess a right-handed mag on the left side of the firearm.
For the left, yeah, sure, for the right hand, yep.
And so the day that I had purchased that the Hellcat, I brought a Springfield XDM 40 with me to when I went to purchase it, because they have, so most places when you buy a firearm, you get a what the fuck do you call it? A pass to shoot, right? Like help me out here, Locke. Come on, buddy.
I'm not sure what you're thinking about.
When you buy a firearm, you get a pass to shoot at that location, at least where I live, right?
Their range. Okay, sure.
A range pass, yes.
Yeah.
Range pass.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, well, I had just put a Viridian X5L with a laser on my XDM 40 because when I go camping, that's what I carry. And at the time, I had a dog, and so I was like, okay, well, if I have to pull my gun with one hand and have my dog's leash in the other hand, then I want a fucking laser so that I know where I'm fucking pointing that fucking firearm.
It's a perfect camping gun, yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Yep. So I brought the XDM 40 to the range. I pick up my Springfield Hellcat. I bought a Springfield Hellcat RDP. It's got the compensator and the red dot.
Okay, so it's kitted out.
So I went up to the range, and it was like a fucking 40 to like an hour and a half wait. 40 minutes to an hour and a half wait. I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck this. I can fucking go to the mountains tomorrow and have a fucking 3-minute wait, right?
Right.
So I go down to my car, I put everything in the car, I go home. When I got home, I put everything in my room. Well, I always keep a loaded gun on the counter. So I was going to go mountain biking. I have a bunch of mountain bikes. I was going to go mountain biking the next morning. So about 8 o'clock, I take a shower. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I grab the XDM. I go into my room, open the safe, and I have always unloaded my gun with the muzzle pointed into the safe because I feel like that is like, at that point I lived in an apartment complex. And I was like, that is the safest
way to do it. Yep.
Point. Like, if it's gonna go through the fucking safe, then we got a fucking problem. right? My safe weighs like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So I'm unloading it. Well, all I can figure out, like I've gone over it in my head 1,000 fucking times.
I'll bet.
Instead of using my index finger to drop the mag, I went to use my thumb to drop the mag. And if you know an XDM40, it's kind of a fucking big gun.
Yeah.
And so for me, with small hands, I have to kind of spin it sideways, right?
To reach.
And I think what happened was I spun it sideways, and it started to slip, and I grabbed. Right,
Gotcha.
Your intuition when something's falling out of your hand is to just squeeze.
You try to grab for it. Yeah.
And I told, like, that whole like 10 seconds of time is completely gone.
Right.
Like I think back on it, and I don't know what the fuck happened.
Right.
And so that happened. I went to the kitchen. I stood there for a second. I called 911. I said, "Hey, dude, I had a fucking ND." The cops came out, and the whole kit and caboodle, whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I fucked up, right? So I personally, I've grown up around guns. I've always had guns. I've shot guns since I was like, 8 years old.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
And for someone to ND, like, I've always thought, well, you're fucking up. You're doing something wrong. You're being unsafe.
Sure.
And then it happened to me.
Yep.
And so, it fucked me up for a while. It was like 2.5 months or so before I actually picked up a gun again.
I can imagine. Yeah, that'll wake you up.
And I actually have the spent casing from that night on my nightstand to remind me, hey, don't be fucking stupid.
Well, if there's any good news to come out of it, it'll probably make you more safe.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a good thing nobody got hurt or nobody got arrested. Everything's good.
When I think back, I lived in a fucking apartment, bro. And I put it through my fucking, like, the apartment wall to the next apartment.
Oh, yeah.
And so...
Yep.
Like,
that's exactly what my friend did, too. Yeah.
Just the thought of, like...
what could have happened.
And I don't know... Like, I don't think I have OCD, but I feel like I do, because, like, that's all I could think about was, like, what could have happened? Like, what could have... Like, I could be sitting in fucking prison right now for,
involuntary manslaughter or something.
Exactly.
I get it, bro. I get it. I don't blame you.
And so the only gun that I've carried so far since then is a Smith & Wesson Shield, which is a hammer-fired gun.
What does that mean?
It's so hammer-fired versus, like...
Oh, you have to pull it back?
So double action versus single action is what it comes down to. Single action is when it's cocked back, it's a super light trigger pull, and the hammer drops on the fucking bullet. Double action is when you pull the trigger, the action of pulling the trigger pulls the hammer all the way back and then snaps it back forward.
Right.
Okay.
If that makes any sense coming from me being drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, Locke might be able to explain that a little bit better.
It's just a different mechanism. Instead of a firing pin, it's a hammer that hits the shell and makes it go off, basically.
And so double action is like a double action trigger when it is in double action, right? If you don't cock it and it's in single action, it's really fucking hard. It's like a 10-pound trigger pull.
Yeah, you gotta really pull
all the way back.
Right.
Like,
because you're pulling against
it's not gonna go off unless you mean for the motherfucker to go off.
Yep. Right. Okay. Well, so that's a lot more safe, right?
It's a lot more safe, but at the end of the day, it's like a lot of people like I had a buddy. I have a friend that had a negligent discharge. And I basically disowned him, not as a friend, but as like a gun friend, if that makes any sense.
A buddy, like a hangout buddy?
Like a gun buddy. So he was a tow truck driver, and he had just put a 2-pound ghost trigger in his Glock, which maybe I'm sure Locke would know what that is.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
It's like a super light 2-pound. So when you say like 2 pound or 4 pound or 8 pound, it's the amount of force on the trigger that is required to get it to fire. Yeah.
You've heard of like hair trigger, right, Smashley? A gun with a hair trigger?
No.
Okay.
I haven't. Does that mean it just like fires like as soon as you?
It's real super feather easy to fire it. That's a hair trigger.
That's
and
horrible.
some people say they're not as safe. It depends on what you're used to. If I get a new firearm, I'll practice with it. I'll put 500 rounds through it before I'll carry it.
Right.
Just so that I'm familiar with its quirks and stuff, because guns have quirks and things that they do. And if you just load it and put it in your pocket and carry it, when you need to use it, I didn't know it was going to do that.
Yeah, that's good. Like, why do people why do they keep it cocked, like ready, like one in the chamber and like cocked? Isn't that like the dumbest thing you can do?
No,
there's a lot of different schools of thought on that. Depending on how you're most comfortable carrying, and where you're at, and what you're doing, who you're around. All kinds of stuff enter into that decision.
If you go through like some kind of tactical training, right, they're gonna tell you keep a round in the chamber, right? Because if you get so let's say you get robbed and somebody's got a knife and they're trying to stab you. Well, you've got a hand that's like trying to keep them from stabbing you. Well, if you don't have a round in the chamber,
you can't rack a slide.
You might as well throw that gun to the side or try to hit him over the head with it. It's basically a brick at that point.
Right. Okay.
So if you have a round in the chamber, like that's like 99.999% of tactical training classes that you will go to will tell you keep a fucking round in the chamber. But they will also teach you to keep your finger off the trigger.
Sure. Off to the side.
So, it's kind of hard because it's like, I would like to keep a round out of the chamber for safety, but if I do that, am I putting myself at risk?
If you are one of the people that go around with your gun loaded and cocked, do you think it's a bright idea to have a hairline or a ghost trigger? Like,
no, absolutely not. Like I was saying, my buddy's a fucking idiot. He put a round through the floor of his work truck, and then to top it off, after that he dropped the magazine and decided he was going to uncock it by pulling the trigger. Well, it was a Glock, so when he pulled the trigger the first time, it automatically loaded another
reloaded,
round. And he put 2 rounds through the fucking floor of his work truck.
Oh boy!
And I have always said like anybody who indies is I want nothing to do with them. They're a fucking idiot, and then I go and do it. And so it was hard. It was hard for me to come to terms with the fact that I had pulled the trigger outside of like a target practice situation.
Right.
I put a fucking round through my wall.
I would beat myself up for weeks over that. I understand what you're going through, brother.
Oh, bro, Locke, I'm still. It's been 3 months, and I'm still beating myself up. Like it's hard for me to grab a gun out of the safe when I go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine like that would scare anybody, honestly. Like, especially the fact that it went through your wall. Like not knowing. That's my friend. the same one I'm talking about. He did the same thing. He was cleaning his gun, and it charged, like it discharged, like out of nowhere. It wasn't supposed to. And or no, that's right. No, that's not what was happening. He had just gotten the gun. Didn't really know like how he was like what to do with it. And so he was just looking at it, playing with it, and it went off. And it went through his neighbor's wall, and he freaked out. And he went over to his neighbor's house and like knocked on the door, called the cops, and thankfully like the neighbor answered, and he heard it, but he didn't know like it went through his wall or anything. But yeah, he got that charge, whatever it's called. And he's been fighting that because it was a pure mistake. Like he wasn't trying to hurt anybody.
Sure.
And so
it
was a mistake, and he could not get a job. He could not get a place. Like it was haunting him hard. And so he got an attorney to get it off his record and everything, and he did it just barely, like literally last week. Like less than a month ago.
Luckily where I live, well, luckily / unluckily, there's enough crime that they're not charging for this shit. Otherwise, like, I don't know what the fuck I'd do. I'd have to get a fucking lawyer, but like, I mean, it would be fucking crazy.
Yeah, it can get
even
hairy,
the most educated person that knows exactly what they're doing has accidentally discharged at one time or another. It's not anything to beat up yourself up about, but it's something that makes you go, okay, I need to be a lot more safe, you know? And so it's a fuck up moment, and it's a big fuck up. But it gives you that chance to sit back and reflect and be better and do better.
Yep. And on one side, like I live in an area that's got, a fair bit amount of crime, and it's been 3 months or 4 months. It's been 4 months, and they haven't charged me yet. But at the end of the day, they've got fucking 3 years to charge me.
Right.
Yes, they do.
So, I mean, really, am I going to catch a charge? I've never fucking committed a crime.
Right.
I have perfect credit. I've got, I pay my bills. I'm a contributing member to society. Maybe not tonight, but other nights I am.
And if you end up getting a charge for that, that's everything that you need to say in court.
All that stuff matters. Sure.
Mm-hmm. And it really does. It makes you out to be the person that you are. That you're not out, like gang banging and selling drugs and doing bad. You know what I mean? Like. It's not that you were out there trying to act tough.
And the fact that you called and reported it like you're supposed to will go a long way with most judges.
It really will, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was like immediately I called. Yeah. No, I would actually like to hear the phone call.
Yeah.
Because I was in a panic.
Yeah, you can FOIA that 911 call.
Yeah, I remember getting the guy on the phone. And I was like, dude, I just Indeed. He's like, what Indeed? I was like, I just fucking put a round through my goddamn wall. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to hear that phone call, as much as I don't want to hear it.
Right.
Because I know like what it means and what it was. But it would be interesting to hear like it. I think it'd be interesting to hear the panic and like just how like the place that I was in when it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't ideal, that's for sure.
No. When you put a 40 caliber federal HST through a wall, through a wall that people live on the other side of that wall, it's like sheer fucking panic.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine thinking for a second that I had actually hurt somebody. Like,
right.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
that would
be the worst part is, so I went outside to call 911. I lived on the first floor. I went outside to call 911. While I was outside, they were knocking on my door, the neighbors.
Right.
And so when I talked to them the next day, they're like, dude, we thought you fucking shot yourself.
Oh, geez.
They're like, bro, we didn't know what was going on. but I was outside calling 911. They were fucking pounding on my door.
Yeah.
So
my
yeah,
God, that's
the whole
terrifying.
situation, it was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that even for a second. Oh.
And it still is. I mean, dude, the bullet went right over my fucking dog. My dog was in the living room. It went
That
through
would
my
have been
bedroom wall,
horrible.
into the living room, into my fucking living room wall, into the neighbor's fucking room.
Right. Mm.
And
Oh my goodness.
like, if it would have hit somebody,
You'd be in prison for the rest of your life. Like,
yeah, it would have been. I mean, I don't like. It would have been just as bad as if it would have hit my fucking dog. Like,
yeah.
and that's not to say that like a human life is worth less than a dog life. My dog was a fucking human to me.
Sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, like, just thinking about like if it would have been turned down just a little bit, you know, it could have fucking it literally went like 4 feet over my fucking dog's head.
Mm.
And I mean, granted, my dog fucking
terrifying.
I put my dog. I had to put my dog down like 4 months later, but you know, he was. You know, that was a neurological situation.
That's different. Like going in and finding something wrong with your animal is different than accidentally shooting him. Like,
Yeah.
100%, dude. I would have been.
that would be horrific.
I'm still a mess. Like so okay. So my lease was up, and the crazy thing is my apartment's actually let me fucking spend out my lease. Which I was like, dude, I'm fucking getting kicked out. There's no chance I'm not fucking staying here.
No, they want your money.
And so my lease was up, and I'm talking to my cousin. I was like, dude, like everything is so expensive. You know, like I was paying $14.50 a month for a 650 square foot 1-bedroom. For anything even close to that was like $2,000 a month.
Right.
And so I'm talking to my cousin. She's like, well, my dad's house is vacant. It's about to be done, which is my aunt's house. Right. We're super close. I'm like super close to my mom's side of the family. And I was like, dude, I don't know. I don't really want roommates right now. You have a daughter and a fiance. I don't know about that. And so finally I was like, all right, well, look. And the other thing is so my cousin, her fiance, and her child, and me, they wanted me to pay half the rent. So I was like, all right, look, I will pay half of the rent, but you know, a third of the bill. And that's actually cheaper than a fucking like studio apartment around here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right. And so we end up doing that. I'm paying, I don't remember, where was I going with this?
I don't know.
I don't
Not sure.
Let's talk about your apartment.
Right, we got off guns to apartments to. Anyway, dogs. Okay, so we move in. We've been here for like a month and a half. They went on vacation. They went to I don't know where they went. They're gone for like a week or so, right?
Right.
And prior to living here, I lived by myself. It was me and the dog. And so moving here, everything's been good. And then they left, and I was like something inside me was missing. So I started fucking drinking. And so they're gone, and I find myself like I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm supplementing the dog that I had for 14 years with alcohol almost.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
I can see that. Yeah.
It's weird because so when I put him down, so I stayed at my aunt's house. The house that I'm in right now was being remodeled. I stayed at my aunt's house. The house was done. They moved in. I stayed there. I stayed at my aunt's house for an additional week in her guest room, and then put my dog down, and then moved into here. And I think that like it was easier because I was in a new place, new people, new everything, like I didn't have a routine, I didn't have anything. It was a new, environment that I moved into. But like when I'm finding like when there's people not here, when it's just me and myself and my thoughts, it's almost like it's hard to explain. It's like I like dive into myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I'm very toxic when I'm alone with my thoughts.
I know that about that
Um,
all too well. Yep.
yeah, yeah, I'm very I set myself up for failure with everything. So, yeah, it's not good.
Right.
Yeah.
It's never good.
I feel
But
like I have like the most illegitimate reason for all this than everybody.
any reason, trauma
Nah.
is trauma. You know what?
Yeah.
Like that's just the thing is that everybody thinks like, "Oh, well this person had it worse than me." No, trauma is trauma. And it hurts just as much no matter
Yep.
what it is. Like you can't you can't literally say, "Oh, they had it worse than me." Yeah, their case may have been worse, but the feeling and the pain and the issues that come along with trauma, they're all the same.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
sucks just as much for you. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's
Yeah.
no, oh, somebody else, like, oh, my issues aren't as bad. No, no. Like, yeah,
Right.
everybody's life sucks, but they're bad to you. Like, it doesn't matter. The outside world's perception of you shouldn't matter on yourself, and you need to let that go. You
Yeah. It's
know,
real to
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
you do. Because it
Yeah.
doesn't, who cares what they think about you at the end of the day? They're not living your life. They're not you. They don't care about you. They're not in your life every single day. Who gives a shit?
You know what I
Like,
always
who
say? If they ain't
cares?
paying your rent, fuck them.
Right? There you go.
You know.
There
Right.
you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. So I just hate when people say that, oh, well, theirs is worse. No, it's not. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's not.
That makes me feel a little bit better because I mean it's a dog, but it was
It doesn't
my
matter.
dog, and it was 14 years of a like a
Yeah.
That's just like a family member dying. It does not. No, dude. Like, no, no. That's your best friend just
That's
died.
gonna
Like,
mess up anybody. I don't care who you
yeah.
are.
And
yeah.
that gives me a segue. Thank you very much. I am starting a online support group for anybody that has ever been through anything. They are more than welcome to come in. It's just a whole bunch of people that have been through shit and that want to talk it out and have people to listen and support. It's called Survivors Unite. I am going to put up all the information. It will be Sunday nights at 7 p.m. every other Sunday.
Okay.
So you guys are more than welcome to be there. It's going to be on the app Jitsi, which is more, it's like this where you can either do, do the video and show your face, or you can do nothing, or you can text or whatever, or just audio. And then there's also like a raise your hand feature, which is something that I really, really enjoy. So yeah, it's going to be on that one. You don't have to download the app. You can open it in your browser. It's very easy to
Kind of like StreamYard.
navigate. Yeah, it's very easy to navigate.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, I hope to see you guys there. Absolutely.
Definitely.
I will try to be
Definitely.
there. Text me and remind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yes, you can do it anonymously. You do not have to say your name. When you go in, there's a place to put who you are. It would be, I would like to know, like your screen name is enough. You know what I mean? If you're not comfortable with that, you can put whatever, and hopefully, eventually you'll be comfortable with telling us who you are, But yeah, it's all
Right.
about, how you are feeling. This is all about your healing journey. And I'm just here to help in that. That's my biggest goal in life, is to help people.
I'll be
And
right back, guys.
okay. And I feel like that would be a good thing to do because there's not a lot of places around in different cities, different areas. They've had issues with, COVID and everything. And so having everything online is, all the new craze. So plus
For
you can't
sure.
really go and meet with everybody that you talk to every day. And I think that it's important that those people hear why you're in this community, why this means so much to you.
For sure, yeah.
And so a lot of us are survivors. And I think that it's important to make a statement that we are not broken, but yeah, we do need support.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'm really, really excited. I hope to see you guys there. It will be going. Is Damone snoring? I don't think he is. Damone, are you asleep, sir?
I didn't want to ask.
I think he is. All right, I'm gonna kick him. Good night. Sleep tight, dear Damone. But yeah. Walmart, are you still here? Oh no.
Just
Damn.
the three of us. We can
Me
make it if
especially and
we
Green
try.
guys, we're like
Hey.
we're the only
You're
three
here?
here.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you were still
Yeah.
here.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm still awake. I'm usually the first one that falls asleep.
Right?
Speak up. Join in. Let's go.
Yeah.
How have you been doing, Walmart? You have recently had a surgery too, right? Like, tell us.
Or not.
Or not? Yeah.
Or I don't know what the heck's going on.
No.
I don't know what's going on with my stupid headphones tonight.
Oh,
So I I got injured working and running a walking stacker, and had my hand crushed, and I've been battling losing a finger. I waited about 4 weeks. I said, no, you're not going to cut my finger off. This was like back in 2007. And I came home, but it finally turned gangrene after a while. And
Oh.
they had to come back in and just cut it, take it. And so I've been dealing with a lot of phantom pain, on tons of medicine. And I had to have neck surgery because we didn't realize my neck was affected also when I was crushed.
Oh wow.
So I've had 2 neck surgeries. So I just got released from the doctor August 5th. Yeah.
That
Ugh.
sucks.
it's
Sorry
no
about
joke.
that.
Yeah.
Did they put pain meds on you too?
Yeah, definitely.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh my
Everything.
gosh.
Yeah. I have a very high tolerance for pain, but I know when to stop and when not to take them, even if
Yeah.
I'm hurting, because I don't want to overdose, or 2, just keep taking them like candy.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It unfortunately, like a 15 milligram is like the least that takes care of my pain, which is a lot.
A 15 milligram?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like if I take something, if it's less than 15 milligrams, it doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
But I've also had wrist surgery, knee surgery, 2 shoulder surgeries. And so I feel like it's like a buildup of all of, my different surgeries and different, prescriptions.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a wrist surgery. They did a release carpal tunnel after I had regular carpal tunnel surgery, because
Yeah.
that was all part of my hand being crushed. They thought that would help, and it did not. Yeah.
Yeah, because they nicked that artery in there. I get ghost pains all the time. Like my hand would go complete. It's worse than having carpal tunnel because I still have it in my right hand, and
Yeah.
it's bad. Like even going like that hurts. Like I can feel it in my joints. It
Well,
hurts.
and when my accident, they had, I had started an artery. I had cut an artery, so they had to go in and put an artery back in from one of the hand. From
Wow.
the yeah.
Dang, dang.
So yeah, that's
That's
it's
harsh.
pretty. Yeah, it is. I was in 6 hours of surgery. They told my mom and my sister that we can't keep him under much longer. This because we'll have to come back, put him back under tomorrow to take the finger off. You know. So
Oh,
Wow.
and
wow.
I caught a whiff of that, and I'm like, nope, ain't gonna try that. Nope.
Yeah, hell
I want
no.
to try to save it, and I saved it for about 2 weeks, and then it turned gangrene because I started.
Wow.
Wow.
What they did is they actually wrote a prescription to play video games once a week because it was
What?
making, yeah, to it was actually making my finger actually move. Yeah,
So they can't prescribe like like finger exercises.
that's what we
It's
did.
video
I
games.
I started playing video games. Doctor said they said no, don't play any video games, but I started to, and it started making that finger move. But after a couple of days, it just kind of died off.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
that's when we had to go back in and cut it.
And did they say why they think it died off? Like, is there a
There,
medical reason?
they don't think what everybody's saying. I've been to military bases, or military doctors, because they've had the town that I lived in was very small, and so uh, the area really was not experienced with that. So
Okay.
basically basically what they said was it was an artery, or they they think what it was is just not enough blood flow through because it was totally bent too. and
Oh, okay.
and what I was trying to do, even while playing the video game and doing physical therapy, was trying to straighten that finger out, but it was finally getting joint stuck, and they were worried that it might get in the way also too. But they made a deal with me. They said if it turns gangrene, they have to take it. So that
Mm,
was the deal.
It makes sense though.
Yeah, definitely.
That sucks though.
that does.
I mean, is it like all the way, is it to the first joint or the second, like all the way
It's all the
down?
way. They cut it all the way.
Okay. Can't you get like a what is called?
Like a
Uh
prosthetic?
yeah,
Prosthetic.
that. Uh-huh.
No, I've actually kind of looked into that, and no, they said because it's clearly what they did is it looks like a four. They made my hand into a four finger hand.
Mhm.
So
Which finger is it?
the pointer.
Oh
Oh,
man.
okay, okay.
So it's on my left hand. So it's my pointer, and in
Motherface.
in the state of Illinois, the state that I used to live in, uh, it was only worth 15,000. They literally have a book of how much your body parts are.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Jeez Louise.
Yep.
but yeah,
That's disturbing.
it
It
is.
is.
Seriously.
Because,
It's like morbid.
I've heard
Good
of that though.
Lord.
Yeah.
yeah, it's bad. Of course, I was in a car accident when I was younger, too. So,
Yeah.
and stuff. Smashley's heard a lot of that. So,
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, so I thought everybody else should hear it too.
yeah. But yeah, I had a car accident when I was in 6th grade. Was going to a line I game. A drunk driver came, hit us head on with a second car and stuff, and I broke my nose, had my teeth up in the nasal cavity. So
Oh
Man.
my God.
they said all the doctors, because I I have special ed and special needs.
Mhm.
So what basically, I had braces, but my wire had broke, but I just had the main wire on to get it fixed right after Christmas. Well, it had uh, went and stretched all the way up to my nasal cavity. And they said if that wire did not stop, it would have gone to my brain and killed me.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was strapped in the middle seat, and I lunged and hit I knocked the knob off the air conditioner knob off the truck basically.
Mm.
And it was my grandma broke her artificial leg, and then I turned around and saw the two other people that were the car next to us caught fire, and
Oh my
I
god.
saw the lady, the girl my sister went to school with, and I rode the bus with. My mom was a bus driver, um, and we knew the two kids that were next to us in the next vehicle. It was a strange world, and she was impaled. My dad turned to me around and go, don't look, and I'm like, wow. But
Oh my
I
gosh.
was used to seeing that kind of stuff because I was watching 911 back then. 911
Right.
was very popular with young kids and at my age group, because in the 90s that was a very popular show. And
Right.
and that's what helped me through a lot of that stuff, you know. So, but
That's
yeah.
just crazy though.
Yeah,
Yep,
that
Wow.
sucks.
it does.
So how did they fix your teeth then?
I had to get them all taken out. I don't have any bone left up top, so they can't do any implants either. There's just not enough
What? Why?
because if they go in, this is what they were going to do. They were going to do a bone graft, take it out of part of my rib. They were going to bone graft it in, but the doctor said it could fail. So they didn't want to. But the top, I finally lost all of them. So I just wear a denture now.
Because it
Yeah.
was like shattered, like the
Yeah,
bone up there was shattered. Yeah.
shattered. Yeah, and they couldn't. We had a doctor that willingly to try that, but it was you know it
A
it
long shot.
it was a long shot. My dad
Mhm.
and my mom at the time said it's not worth it because the implants probably won't hold. You know,
Right.
so that's the
That's
reason.
scary. How old were you?
I was in sixth grade, so I would have been 10 or
10?
10. Yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was in a ditch of cold water for 10 minutes while they were getting out. Me and my grandma were in the ditch of cold water. I got her out by just kicking the door. And and so uh I laid in the ditch of cold water, me and my grandma did. And because the sad part is I told my mom just had back surgery. Um the back to the first part of the story was this kind of jumping around.
That's
Um,
okay.
where basically I told my dad and I told my mom I did not want to go. It was 2 weeks before Christmas. I said I do not want to go, but we were going to meet my sister at the Illini game. Her boyfriend uh, was a pharmacist, and he had gotten free tickets to the Illini game. So we were on the same road that they were going to be traveling 10 minutes before. Luckily she didn't pull up because me and her are so close. But I kept telling
Yeah.
my dad, I do not want to go. I do not want to go. And my mom says, this go. So she let me open a early Christmas present. And she said, this go, have fun. It was a really warm day for a December. It was like in the 60s. It was a very unusual.
That's odd.
And so I remember, and I had fallen asleep in the middle, seatbelt tight. I had fallen asleep. Next thing I know, I woke up. The We were in a ditch. and I saw one truck, and the second car that hit us, or the first car, the drunk hit the first car. That was our friends that we didn't realize that were in the accident till later, and
Yeah.
and then, like I said, it just went from there. I had woken up, seen this a little bit, and then that was it and stuff. But yeah,
How long were you sitting there waiting until like police
it was
and
about
everything showed?
15 minutes. But there was an off duty police officer that had told my dad, because my dad didn't have a cell phone at the time. My dad didn't,
Right.
even the old bag phones. So the nice police officer says, "Here, call, you're more than welcome to call your wife," meaning my mom. Say,
Mhm.
"Here, go ahead, let them know what's going on." They had, what had happened is they had to take me and my grandma to a small hospital, because it was a very small hospital that we went to. And what had happened was 15 minutes, because they were still trying to get the other two out and had to be airlifted. So
Holy
we
cow.
we were waiting, because we were fine. My dad had a blanket and a warming blanket in the back of his truck. He's always carried that kind of stuff with him. And
Right.
so he just covered us up. And then the ambulance person came up and says, "I need you, I'm going to cut this sweatshirt off." My mom had this bought it for me for Christmas. That was the one I just opened. It was a sweatshirt. It was a Chicago Bears sweatshirt with Tasmanian Devil. And I said, "No, no." He says, "I'll make a deal with you. You get to go see the ambulance, and you get to take a ride in it later on, or you come and see the facility and stuff." So that was the deal. So they loaded us up in grandma's car, or in the back of the ambulance, took them there. Basically, what happened was they just said, "Okay." So they were waiting to airlift him to the hospital. My sister, my mom showed up. My dad, all my dad had as injuries to his stomach, where the airbag hit him. So
Okay.
he was fine. And so we were waiting, and then the 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 ambulance personnel that had drove us in came into the room while we were getting transferred to the other doctor hospital. And this was like 12 midnight. He stayed on, and his partner stayed on until they volunteered, this because I was so sweet. Uh, and honestly, and this is what he said. He says, "I've never had a really good patient like this." And told my mom, my mom was shocked that he stayed, and they volunteered to take us to the
Right.
next. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. But you'd think 15 minutes, like you'd think that they would be faster. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's a pretty long time. And that's what just bothers me, like they need to get quicker response times with these things, because you don't know that that little girl could have lived, or little boy, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
they could have lived, and like 15 minutes is a long time when you have a traumatic injury.
and and at first, she finally, I think, passed away about 8, 9, 10 years ago. He had passed away finally at the other hospital after airlift. He had this, it was brother and sister. And like I said, my mom, I used to sit with them on the bus because my mom was bus driver, and I kind of knew them. And, but she died from, I think, breast cancer about 3, 4, about, it's got to be about 9 years ago now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's terrible.
it
Goodness
is.
gracious.
Yeah, it
Things
is.
like that just like, you know.
That's why I always hate when they're out there catching predators like that, and the cops are taking so long. That's what
Yeah.
Yep.
that's what makes me very irritable. Respecting the police, I do. You know, I just want them to start working with us.
Yeah. That'd be
Yeah.
nice, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, we're working hard though to make that
Yep.
happen.
We
so,
are. Yeah.
I think it's getting better.
Yeah.
It has.
Yes, it is, Kev.
Seems like it's getting better.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to CPP, like, and a lot of people don't know this, but we have a huge behind the scenes people that are just like mega supporters that have come together and made a group of their own to support CPP in anything that they need, from letter writing to grant writing and getting the 501c3 going, and I mean just like everything you can think of that is happening, they're helping
Right.
with.
Yeah.
And so we've been like writing letters to different agencies and news reporting things like that. Sorry, things like that. And so we're getting somewhere, and
That's cool.
it's
Yeah.
slow going, but I mean, we had to regroup our whole system and redo it so we are all in like separate groups, and we just reconfigured everything. Like,
Yeah.
so we're getting things done now though. And we're really excited for it, and I think I hope for every catcher to have this huge support behind them. I really do, because it's a lot of help. It's a
Yeah.
lot of help.
And yeah, like Smasher is saying, what finally we got turned around was Westminster's. We finally got them to turn.
Westminster. Yeah.
Yes, we finally got them to turn. You know.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, we sent a rebuttal letter and video to them after they were complete jerks on that catch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, we all stayed up till like 4:00 in the morning working on
Mhm.
it, and I think that it really helped. It really did a lot, So, and we
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
so many people in this group that have various talents, and so it's just really nice, and I really hope that everybody has somebody like that. I think that it will help expand and make everything more cohesive and working together, and getting all these convictions. Like, yeah, arrests are great, like perfect, they got arrested, but these convictions are what are important. Like, these guys need to be convicted, and not just for 5 months to slap on the fucking hand.
Right. Get them off the street long term.
Yeah,
That's the
they
goal.
need to. I mean, there's no way you can there's no way that you could rehab these people. There's just not. Like,
Nope.
I mean, they have one way of thinking and one way of thinking only, and they like children, and that is.
Well, you hear about it all the time. They just got out of jail. They've been in jail
Yeah.
20, 30 years, and the first damn night they're out, they go out and do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's disgusting. It's
You hear it all
disgusting.
you hear it all the time. It's like,
Isn't that what Roger did?
Yeah.
Roger.
Yep. Roger.
Roger. What do they call him?
Yeah, he's getting ready to go
Yeah,
to jail.
okay.
So
he was the one.
He
What
can
was he in
die.
there? 16 years or some shit like that? And he.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
the Family Guy character? The old pedophile on Family Guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
it's
obviously
incredible.
incarceration isn't working. Why do we keep?
It's like you do 15, 16 years, and then you get out, 3-4 months, and you're back at it again.
Right.
All that's doing is making older pedophiles. That makes no sense.
Right.
I mean, come on, bro.
What's the point in that shit?
And that's the problem with this country is like, the penitentiary is like, they don't try to reform you. They hold you in there and then
Yeah,
let
you
you
just
out when
sit
your
there.
time is done.
Right.
Like, there's no like trying to fix you. It's like, well, you're gonna sit here, and then when your time is up, we'll let your ass out.
You're not reformed at all. You're just older.
Exactly. You had a couple birthdays.
Crazy.
And it's the same way with the medical system in this country. It's like, there's no trying to like help people. It's all about money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's all about, like, this is the only country in the world where you can go into bankruptcy and lose everything you have due to you contracting a fucking disease.
Yeah,
It
don't
doesn't
get
make any
sick.
fucking sense.
Right. Well, their way of thinking is just this, okay? If you think about it, straight people are attracted to the opposite sex. Gay people are attracted to the same sex. These guys are attracted to children. It's in their brain. It's inputted in their brain. They don't know anything else. That's just what they find attractive. And so if you think that throwing them in a jail cell for 5 months to 30 years is going to help, it's not. It's not.
Right.
Like, it
Nope.
needs to be something down to cellular level. Like, they need to find something that is really, like, they found some chromosome, but I mean, they're doing scientific research, but not enough,
Right.
They
like,
need to cut their
it needs
fucking
to
nuts
be
Yeah.
that, and see, that wouldn't help. Unfortunately,
the
this
chemical.
whole chemical castration, that don't
Yep.
do shit, dude.
Mm-mm.
The fact
No.
is that they still have their
chemical. I'm
hands.
talking like I'm talking a
It-
pair of like I'm
Yeah,
talking a
no.
pair of like kitchen shears.
And that's
The
fine
shit,
and
the
dandy.
shit
I
you
would
cut your ham open with.
I agree completely, but they still have their hands, they still have their thoughts, they still have their words, and those are what is the most traumatic to these children, because they
Right.
go on here every single day and they talk disgusting, vile things to these children, and it's traumatic, and they're just getting their rocks off, and they think there's nothing wrong with it, and they can make their whole, a whole sexual revolution movement of maps, which is fuck you, but
I like
it's
Christopher's
frustrating.
solution. Remove their brain.
I
That might do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
you,
I
you
don't
know
know.
what?
What happened to
If you
lobotomy?
remove, like, I think they're talking about, it's almost like that. It's removing a sensory in their brain, or chemically controlling a sensory nerve in their brain. But again, that makes them to where they have no sex drive whatsoever, which fuck that, like, great, great.
Yeah.
But that does not stop them from talking to them,
Right.
or touching them, or doing other things to them.
Can't we go
It
back
does
to
not
like
stop that.
Zombieland where they're doing lobotomies? We'll just have like
That
a
would be
village,
great.
like a village of dudes that like don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Give them all lobotomies and stuff them on an island. They could fuck each other. That sounds wonderful.
There you go. Yep, absolutely.
Give them all Epstein's Island. Here, it's luxury, but go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I would love it. Like, seriously, love it. I think that that's a great idea, but again, like, having that actually play out is not possible.
The problem is there's no fix for it, right? There's
The laws
no
need to be
just like there's
changed.
no fix for depression. There's no fix for
There's not.
any kind of mental, because I believe it's a mental disease.
Right.
Right. There's band-aids, but there's
Yeah.
nothing that's going to cure it.
But
And we are far, far, far from actually
Not
finding
yet,
a cure
anyway.
for
But
this.
but the big
Exactly.
part is, Smash, and we've all talked about this before, is it's you got to look at the laws getting changed too.
Right.
Mhm.
But when is that going to happen? When are they going to input these things that matter so much to so many people? They take their sweet damn time to do anything.
Yep.
And so inputting these laws and reforming these different things that surround our community is something that's going to take years, sadly.
Well, you got to remember too that a lot of the problem comes from the people that make the laws. Some of them are preds.
Yep.
Yep.
A lot of them are. When you look at Washington, bro, a lot of them are.
I mean, look at all
Well-
that Epstein shit. Look at all the people that were connected with that.
Right?
And all
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that
Definitely.
dude did not
It's
kill
disgusting
himself.
how many people in high places
High up.
he was
Yep.
friends with. Like him and Bill Clinton went and played golf every fucking weekend. Like,
Right.
seriously?
And who are the lower level people that you haven't heard about? Who are the lower level people who are like,
Oh, I know who those are. Those were
like-
the kids that he would take and steal and kidnap and put them on his island. Those
Yeah.
are the
No,
people you don't hear about.
I'm talking about the people you don't hear about that are like city officials and like state officials. Because you hear about all these like country people. But what about all the like lower level people that you don't know their name that were affiliated with Epstein?
Right.
For sure.
Right. Well,
Like-
didn't they release like Maxwell's little black book or whatever. Like she had all those names or whatever. Like she was supposed to identify different people.
I don't know. Where is it?
Yeah, I'm
I
sure a
haven't
lot
seen
of
it.
those names were Clinton.
Mm-hmm. She was like, that was part of her whole plea deal, or her whole deal was that she was supposed to reveal everybody. Like that was it. She was supposed to tell everything.
So who's in the book?
You don't know. I don't
the
know.
unfortunate
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Nobody
we
You
don't
knows.
can't
know.
find out because when they put him in that prison cell with the giant like drug induced freaking dude. The guy that he was in the prison cell with was fuck, I'm drunk. Why can't I remember this? The stuff that makes you strong. Steroids. The
okay.
steroid induced dude that they put him in the prison cell with that apparently he committed suicide in. No, that dude fucking choked his ass out. There's no way that guy was an ex-cop. They paid his ass off to choke him out and kill him so that he wouldn't reveal all the names of the fucking high-level people that he was affiliated with. There's no way. It makes no sense.
The thing that makes the better sense of this is the bastard had a lot of money. He paid people off. He ain't dead. Come on, think about it.
I think he's dead, but I think that a lot of the high-level people that he was involved with had a hand in it.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Because
if
they
he
didn't want
is
their
dead,
name coming out.
Exactly. I'm surprised that Maxwell's not dead.
The cameras that were outside of his prison cell conveniently did not work the night that he died.
Yeah, they had triple redundant backup systems.
Yeah.
And they all fucking failed in front of his cell. Get the fuck out. We're not stupid. Come on, bro.
I think it all comes back to the Clintons, man. Like, look, I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I don't align myself with a party. I think a two-party system is the stupidest thing in the world. Right?
Yeah.
Like, because, like, look, if you're, let's say you're a Democrat and you run for some kind of office, you have to align yourself with a left-wing, idealist, right? You have to be on the left-wing side of things. But if there's things that you believe in, like that you like wholeheartedly believe in on the right side, yeah, I mean, you can dip in a little bit, you can swerve in a little bit, but you can't go in hard. It's fucking stupid. Like, why can't we be truly independent? Why can't we have someone who's truly independent who
it's like everything else? There's always two extremes to everything. Mm-hmm. It's either all or nothing, left or right. And I hate that shit. Life is gray. Yeah. It's not, there's a lot of times where, as a conservative, a liberal might have a good idea once in a while. But you can't do that because you're in this group or you're in that group. It's stupid. So stupid.
Absolutely. Well, and I'm a gun owner. I fucking own guns. I listen to country music. You would think, just looking at me, that I was a hardcore conservative. I'm not. I don't align myself with either side. I think it's fucking retarded. Like, abortion? Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, if you're using abortion as like a means of birth control, then no, absolutely not. I don't agree.
Right.
But aside from that, like, if you fuck around and get pregnant and you can't take care of that child, then okay. But if you do it, if you're doing it all the time, then no, I have a problem with that. Or if you're like raped, then yeah, fucking have an abortion.
Yeah, there's places for it.
And even if they abolish abortion, do they realize that people are going to do it anyway?
They're going to do it anyway.
They're going to get back alleys abortions, and they're going to die. Like,
we've already,
seriously?
And the thing that pisses me off, we've already been through all of this shit. We had a solution to it. Now it's being dredged up again. What the fuck?
That thing that pissed me off so bad.
It just won't go away, man.
Like, it's all a distraction.
Yeah.
like here I go sound like a conspiracy theorist, and I'm not. But I feel like it's all a distraction against, like, you had Ukraine getting, invaded by Russia. Where did that go? I haven't heard about that. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And yeah, no, I don't agree with Ukraine or Russia invading Ukraine. It's fucked up. But it's like the U.S. media like dumps this shit on you to distract you from the bullshit they're trying to pull.
It seems like a sleight of hand trick. Like, oh, look over here, and way over here, some really evil shit's going on. Don't look at that. Look over here.
That's what all of this is.
And there's always new shit every fucking month.
All this breaking news, like, oh look, it's all just a ruse. It's all just
breaking news.
Look away.
Another virus has hit the.
It's all just puppets and strings and
the crazy thing is someone gets shot, like, on some street where I live, and it's all over the news.
Right.
Well, the thing about that is, you go to like the national media, and that's all it is. And it's like, and it's always
but yeah, they're
Chicago.
not sitting here talking about the concentration camps in China,
right?
And all these things. Yeah, all these horrible, detrimental things that are killing people left, right, and center. Oh, dear God, don't talk about that. Oh, dear God, don't save those people. Don't change these laws. Don't, it's just like...
Yeah, worry about this little shit going on over here. Don't focus on the
worry
big
about
shit.
what Justin fucking Bieber's fucking doing.
Yeah,
right.
Don't worry about this.
Good God. Who gives a fuck what Justin fucking Bieber's fucking... No.
They don't care if you worry about it. They care if you pay attention to it. Because if you pay attention to it, it takes your focus off the real issues.
Well, why do you think they're celebrities? That's the core of what it is. They literally pay these people to go out in public to make you look the other way. Like, literally, TMZ. That's all that shit is.
I feel the same way about sports. Like the Romans. That's why they built Colosseums. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, don't get me wrong. I love football, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I can't. I'm excited.
Well, that's exactly what they want you to do is love it. Like have to have it kind of thing.
Yeah, but
and I'm not saying that you're falling into it because everybody does.
Right.
But
it works. That's the bad part. It works.
That's for damn sure.
That's the other crazy thing is, really, if you look at it, football is violence, right? You're rooting for this person to take this motherfucker out. And I don't know. It's maybe I'm drunk and going into some shit.
No, it's true. It's absolutely
it's just like gladiators
really
in the Colosseum. Yeah. It's for the same purpose. I feel.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I think that this country has gone in a direction that I don't know, man. It's like, dude, where I live, literally the average home price in the county that I live in is over $800,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. No kidding.
Oh my God.
And that's
what the
even
fuck?
Even if the price is $800,000, you're supposed to bid $60,000 to $80,000, $90,000 over the asking price, so you actually get the house.
Oh
it's
yeah, like there was a house down the street. it was a 1,300 square foot 1-bedroom house on a main road. Now, like, I live in Renton. I live in the freaking hood. Like, it's not like hood, but it's like it's hood for sure, right?
It's got some issues, yeah.
It went for $750,000, like 1,300 and something square feet, over $700,000.
Yeah,
1,300 square feet.
Oh yeah,
my condo's bigger, and they're paying more in their mortgage than I am.
God, my little lock shop's bigger than that. Jesus,
in Bellevue, which is the next town over, which is like the rich area. So Bellevue, the offshoot to Bellevue is Medina, and that's where what's his name, the Microsoft dude,
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Bill Gates lives in Medina, and Medina is kind of like the super 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 rich area of Bellevue. Bellevue's a rich area. Then you've got like this super rich area where it's like all cameras and like whatever. But there was developers buying houses, buying like 1,200 square foot ramblers there for like, $700, $800, $900 or $900,000
Jeez.
to knock them down and build houses on the property.
Sure.
It's insane, dude.
Yeah, I mean, by the end of that, you're paying, $1.2 million because they've upped the price of wood. They've upped.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they've upped the price of fucking strawberries. Come on.
Everything. Yeah.
It's
Tennessee's
crazy. I make
getting,
100. I make
Yeah.
Yet they don't
$100,000.
pay you more. See that?
Yeah.
See how funny that goes?
Of course not.
Your
Yeah.
pay doesn't increase, but you are literally expected to pay more to make a meal at home than to eat out.
And then we wonder why we got so many homeless people running around.
Ding ding
I
ding.
make almost $100,000 a year, and I can't afford to live in the town that I grew up in, which is Bellevue.
Right.
Yep.
It's like there's no way that I can buy a fucking house. It's sad, is what it is.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah. Tennessee, it's the houses are skyrocketing and they can't get enough houses in because people are just moving like crazy here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it is here too. And like I drive dump truck.
Well, yeah. I mean, if people feel that they can find a place to live that's cheaper, why not move? If you don't have ties to a place, why not?
Right.
The 4 states right now that people are moving to are the 2 major ones. It's Florida, Tennessee, and Texas.
Yeah, I wanted to move to Texas. Oops, I don't know what I did.
I don't know.
What was that?
What did it do? Oh, it just like put me on the screen. That was weird.
Yeah.
I was
my
trying
buddy
to
just moved to
be.
Texas, and they're getting ready to move back to Washington for some reason. They said they missed the mountains. It's too flat there, which makes sense.
Huh.
Miss the mountains? I don't know if I would miss the mountains here. I don't go in them often.
Well, we live in the Pacific Northwest, right? I live in Washington State, and it's like I can walk out my back door and see the Cascades. I can walk out my front door and see the Olympics. Like there's mountain ranges all around me.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So it's like all mountains all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be nice, though. I mean, I can see whatever, but it's not like Cascades, and it doesn't sound beautiful like that.
It's funny. I was working in North Dakota about 10 years ago in the oil fields, and I decided to take the train back to Seattle. And I was in the observation car, which is like all windows, and we start coming through the Rockies, and all these people are freaking out, taking pictures. I'm like, what? Is there Bigfoot? Like, what do you see? Like, what's out there?
Right.
And this little old lady's like, no, the mountains.
It's normal to you, though.
She's like, we've never seen anything like this. And I'm like, really? I mean, like I can, like 10 minutes from my house and I can be in the mountains.
Right.
I've got mountains out my front door and my back door. And so it really kind of put it in perspective, like it's almost like a paradise where I live, because literally I can be at the ocean in like an hour and a half. I can be in the mountains in like 40 minutes. I can be in the desert on the other side of the mountains in like an hour and a half.
Yep.
So it's like I have all three. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy here.
Right.
And you don't really understand that, like, these people, like I think she said she lived in Nebraska, and that's like plains. There's nothing there.
Right.
So when they see mountains, they're like, "Holy shit! Like, look at these giant, tall rock, formations, whatever."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What, dude? It just like all I see is like lost gas mileage driving over that motherfucker."
Yeah.
I see $15 fucking.
Yeah.
I'm sure. That's funny.
So yeah. So it's crazy that like when you really like look at somebody, like, so I read a book a long time ago. My stepdad actually made me read it, and I think it was like the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. but it talked about perception and like the way you look at things versus the way that other people see things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Okay.
interesting how like I look at these people that are freaking out about the mountains, like you fucking crazy fucks, like drop the fucking meth pipe. What are you doing?
Right.
Oh my god.
But really, if you step back and look at it from their eyes, it's like they've never seen this before.
Yeah, it's
Like
amazing
this
to
is
them.
all, yeah, exactly. So
Yep.
yeah, I don't remember. Like, I don't know how I got on that topic. I'm, like I said, sorry, I'm drunk.
You're
I've-
fine.
You're fine.
Fine.
It's all good.
It's entertaining. We don't mind it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I don't want to be entertaining because I'm a drunk babbling mess.
No, you're bringing up topics. That's all. You're not
Yeah.
a drunk, babbling mess.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, you're
Bringing
not
up
a mess.
different topics that we can talk about. So thank you.
I've
Well,
talked to drunk people that are way worse. Trust me.
Right?
You're
Yeah.
pretty tame.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Back in the
I don't know. I
Discord
feel like I'm
days,
pretty bad.
Oh my
You're on a
God,
level.
Discord.
yeah, back
Yeah.
in the Discord days, we used to hang out all night long and talk.
Yep.
Each
Aw.
of us.
Yeah, us too. Yeah.
I would love to come to Colorado. Like, you guys have no idea. I wanted to come so bad for that barbecue. Like, so
Yeah, why
bad.
didn't you go?
Me too.
Well, so like things just got really hectic. Like the tickets that I had, I don't know if I had, I don't know. Okay. So things just got really hectic. They were buddy passes. And what happens with buddy passes is you don't know if you have a seat until you're at the gate, pretty much. And so everybody that has paid for their tickets, they go first. And if there's no seats, like poof, you're done. So we were trying to find different places or different, different flights because there were some with like layovers and stuff. But I have my 4-year-old and my 12-year-old. A 6-hour layover just is not in the cards for me, especially when you don't know for a fact that you'll be able to get on that plane to the next place,
Yeah, then you're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I didn't have any money either. Like it was just like like I was flying blind. Like I didn't pay my car payment so I could go. And I bought like a whole bunch of stuff to go. Anyways, so the day that we were supposed to go, it was like she had texted me. They had like a rollover in front of Orlando Airport. And so she was not going. And the day before, we had found out that Scamula had called and canceled our hotel room. And so, because she was the one that was supposed to originally go with her. But after she found out all the stuff that she lied about, she was just like, dude, I ain't going nowhere with you. Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah, she was just like, I'm not even dealing with it. And then she wasn't going to go, but she asked me and I'm like, I'll work it out. But 30 minutes before we were walking out of the door, she called me and she's like, there's not going to be a seat. Like I never got any of the information. She was supposed to email information over and we were supposed to fill out, things for the buddy passes. I never got that. There's just been things that are like red flag, red flag, red flag. And
Yeah.
so, it's just, I feel duped almost, I guess. It really sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all ready to go. We were packed, it was just, and my 4-year-old's just like, why aren't we going on the plane? Like
Oh.
we were supposed to go on the plane, Mom. Like, and my 12-year-old was just like crushed that I was so hurt,
Yeah.
And so the whole thing just really sucked. It like really freaking sucked. But
That whole Scamula thing was wild.
it
Like,
brought it.
I never expected that.
Dude, like you don't even know the half of it. I mean, okay, so Marion was supposed to take me, right? So Scamula got like really pissed off. And once she found out that I was going, she started texting me. And then like she had told me something that was apparently like a trap or something.
A trap?
What?
Okay. So she had told me that she was dating a guy in the mafia.
Oh no.
And so I laughed, like, literally when I read that, I laughed out loud. I'm like, she's like, "But so if I don't talk to you, it's because I'm trying to protect you." Like, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, "Okay." So,
What
like,
the hell?
yeah. So, when I was talking to Marion, I'm like, "Well, here's just a little information, a little bit more of where her mind is at." She told me she was dating somebody in the mafia and that people were, in danger and like all this
Oh
stuff.
my
And so
god.
it was more of just like a, like this is where her head's at. Let me tell you about it. And not like a, oh, I want to talk shit about somebody kind of thing. Anyways, so
Right.
she texted me that and she's like, I knew, she's like, I knew that you were going to do something like that. So I set you up like months ago. You set me up. Is that
Wait,
how we're going to play this? Like
Right.
months
Right.
ago?
do
She's
something
like,
like
now I know
what?
who you are. I'm like, now you know who I am. You have no fucking clue who I am. Okay. And so I texted her. I didn't want any part in it because she was already like bomb texting Tommy, bomb texting Marion, and calling. And so I didn't want any part in it. And so I just said, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like, you need to get some help. Like
Right.
literally, that's what I said. I'm like, your mental is in like a really bad spot. Like, I really hope you get some help. Sayonara,
Yeah.
like, and then she texted me back a couple times and tried to call me and like made up all this stuff in her mind of something. She's like, so Cat Eyes is Janie? I'm like, what? Like, what?
What?
No. Yeah. She's like, Cat Eyes is Janie. I'm like, the fuck? How did you get that out of what I said? Like, literally, like,
Yeah.
how the fuck did that come out? Anyways, so I texted her one more time and I'm like, this is me officially asking you to take my wrench as I am doing the same, but she sent Tommy every text message, screenshots of everything we've ever talked about, tried to make me look bad to Tommy. He called me, he's like laughing, he's like, are you serious? He's like, she has sent everything. And then she started sending me, like, she was calling Marion. I'm not even kidding. In 24 hours, there was 140 calls, 102 text messages, and 37 voicemails. It was insane.
Oh.
And
Psycho.
she kept her up until 4 a.m. Okay. And Marion she's that lady that goes to bed at 9 o'clock and she wakes up at 7 o'clock and she calls her sister. Like, she has this whole routine. And
I
so,
dated a girl like that. I pawned her off for my buddy though.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Kind of felt bad
But
about it, but whatever.
so she kept her up until 4 a.m. And so when Marion woke up, she's like, fuck this, like, and she called her like 19 times in a row. And every single time Scamula would answer, she would blow a bullhorn and laugh and hang up. And then,
What
yeah.
the
And
fuck?
then she got to a point
That's
where,
kind of funny.
yeah,
That's
right.
kind
But so
blowhorn hang up.
yeah, she got
When
to
you
a
get
point
the
where she was
message?
pissed off. Right. Yeah. But she was just like, I'm pissed off, and she left a message, and she was not kind. She was not saying, hey bestie, you know what I
You're
mean?
right.
And so I at 6:30 in the morning was woken up by a text message from Scamula that included two of Marion's voicemails. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't care, dude. Like, you lied so freaking hard, so hard. Like, you told her that you and Cooley were dating and that you were going to surprise him and you were going to promote your channel. Well,
Yeah, was
guess
that a
what?
thing?
Like, what?
The whole like they were dating thing?
No. No.
No.
No.
No, it wasn't
Cooley,
real, but was that like a thing that she was putting off?
yeah,
She
she told
was.
Marion was completely convinced that they were dating and she was gonna help her surprise her boyfriend. Like, that's
That's
just what it was.
crazy.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
had no clue. Like, no freaking clue.
Dude, like I dated a girl that was just like that.
Dude, it was so messed up. And then for her, I mean, she would send every single text message that Marion would send or had sent in the past. She sent to Tommy. Tommy literally, his inbox was blowing up for days, days. I mean, this was not a small feat. She literally would not stop.
Right.
I mean, eventually she did, but I don't know what it took. Maybe she ran out of messages to send. I don't know. But yeah, Marion is real. Yes, she is. But it turned into something that it shouldn't have. And it got really, really crazy to the point where Marion was in the hospital with her daughter. Her daughter was having surgery and she was dealing with scamula. And then the whole Edward thing came out. And so she was dealing with that. It was just very intense for her and very hard. Um, and so, I mean, it was crazy. It was a really crazy time. So,
Right.
yeah, that's the story.
Scamula, like, dude, she was such a supporter, and then when it all went down,
Yep.
but like,
Mhm.
but
Okay,
I'll
she
listen
was
to
a
I'll listen to
supporter. Let me just say this. She was a supporter in the beginning, but when it came time to, when by the end of it, she would literally jump into every live, every chat, throw her link in about a dozen times and leave. She would not moderate. She would say hi to people, but that was about it. She would
Right.
not interact with anything. It was just she was trying to get subs off of
Yeah,
Tommy. Like it was
I see that.
disgusting.
I see that.
It's
I saw
disgusting.
her like I think I was in like an MV Cap live, and she
Right.
jumped in, talked some shit, dropped her fucking link, and then she was out. She didn't say shit.
Yep.
And then like, uh, look, I'll go and listen to some Edward shit just for entertainment, just to get a laugh.
Well, I mean, it's Pred Catcher's news and drama. It's drama. That's what
It's
it
yeah,
is,
no, there's no
like
news.
it's in the
There's
name.
no news catchers. Wait, news news catchers. Like I said, I'm drunk.
You're fine.
There's no news catchers about it. It's news futures.
So what happened so what's going on with Scamula now? Is she coming? Like, has she been back?
No.
She's a nutcase, from
No,
what I
she's
understand.
been banned from CPP. I've banned her.
Oh, she's
I've seen
banned.
her.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's not allowed. No, no. I don't deal with people like that. I won't allow toxic people in my life. I've learned my lesson.
Right.
and
Mhm.
and so I just when people act like that towards me, around me, to my friends, to my family, you become a distant memory.
You're
I
done.
forget about
Yeah.
you. You're nothing. Like that's just it. I have nothing
Yeah.
for you. You're not bringing anything to my life but problems. Bye. Like there's no reason to keep dragging it through the mud
No, of course
and all
not.
that
Because
stuff.
if you
So
do, then
Yeah.
what do you expect? You're
yeah,
gonna have
you're
Yeah.
just
problems.
giving it
Yeah.
power. You're giving it
Yeah.
power.
Scamula basically fucking lit her own fuse.
She did. You're right. Hmm.
And she
I
could
mean,
turn on a dime, man. She would be your best friend
She has a
one day,
lot
and
of
then
mental health
the
issues.
next
That's what
morning you were a piece
yeah.
of shit. Like, what
but
happened?
It all boils down to she has a lot of mental health issues.
I,
And
I feel
yes,
like
she
that.
did do that 200th catch by Tommy thing. And exactly what you said, the next day she was in the stream throwing her link in. And
Yeah.
I have to say she has gotten enough. She's gotten all the subs she will ever get from Tommy. Okay. Like people come to this community to watch catches, not to watch scam baiting. So they're not
Yeah.
interested in that. I'm sorry, but they're not. So she's gotten herself to like 1.8 with however many she's gotten from Tommy and however many she's lost now from Tommy and her acts. But I feel for her. I really think that she needs to get some help. And the worst part
Yeah.
about it is that she has a 15-year-old daughter that is dealing with all of this. Samula is a lot like my mother, and my mother is no longer in my life. Hasn't been for a while for this reason. And so
Right.
allowing a child to be in that toxic environment it it messes them up for life. I am in therapy. I go to therapy every Friday, and I have so much trauma, serious trauma to unpack from my mother.
Yep.
And it's no joke. Like, these things happen, and I can't, it hurts me to know that little girl is in that situation.
Yeah, it's
It
sad.
really does.
I can feel that. I feel like I should have to be in therapy, and I'm talking to my friend Kelly about this. And the way I deal with things is I crumple it up, push it down, and push it aside.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Don't do
that's
that.
me
But
too.
but hang Scamula, hang on. Or Scamula, I'm sorry. Smashley.
Okay.
Those
Hang
are
on a
fighting
second.
words, bro.
Right? That works for me. And you hear all these experts saying you got to deal with it. You got to do this and you got to do that. And you got to deal with your fucking traumas this way and that way and that way. But that works for me. I'm everybody is different. The
For
way
sure.
that I deal with things is I initially deal with them for 20 seconds and then I ball it up in a ball, push it way down deep, and move on.
That is
Yeah.
so not healthy, because let me tell you, do you find yourself not trusting people, not letting people in your life, not having close
No,
friends, not having anything like that? Do you see that in your life?
I don't. The only
Do you
thing,
have close friends?
I have very close friends.
Do you
Very
trust people?
in fact, I just cried on the phone with my best friend when he was putting his dog down 2 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh,
It
that's so
was like a
sad.
week after I put my dog down.
Oh,
He had to put his dog down. They were best dog friends. Me and him
best dog
have been best
friends.
friends,
Dog friends.
and we literally cried on the phone together. I have no emotional issues. Um,
I'm just saying it's not healthy, honey. Like, you need to talk about that stuff. You need to be, do you talk to your friends about that stuff?
I talked to, in fact, yeah.
Okay. Then you have therapists, like,
What stuff are you talking about? Because I talked to my best
about the
friend.
stuff that you ball up and push down.
I talked to my best friend about my dog dying.
That's
2
a
weeks
very
ago,
surface thing.
but
What about anything
it
else?
is surface because we have that as a common it's
Right.
common between us.
Somebody's gonna always know, like, that's something that people would know, that you just lost your dog, like that. You know what I mean? That's very surface. What about the things that you've pushed down? You know?
Those things are gone. They're down,
not.
away, and gone.
Honey,
But
they are not
here's what. Hang on.
okay. Okay.
I feel like people have different ways of dealing with different
Absolutely.
things. And
Absolutely.
for a therapist to say, no, you need to talk about this and deal with this. And that's not always the best way for somebody to deal with it. For me, I've been okay. My younger brother died when he was 14. He had rhabdomyosarcoma. He died of cancer. And that was in 2002. I dealt with that in
You've had a lot of
2000.
loss.
I've dealt with that in 2002, but that's never actually come up. I've never had any kind of emotional anything about that.
Because you have not processed that.
I mean,
You haven't allowed yourself to deal with the trauma and the hurt and the pain that has come along with you losing your brother. You haven't. And
possibly.
that sucks.
There's a chance that you're right, but I feel like if you deal with something in a certain way and that works for you, then that works for you. For me, if I ball it up, shove it way down deep inside and move along with my shit,
But is it
then
working?
yeah, I have so within my family, my sister has depression, anxiety, sleep. What's the one?
Sleep apnea.
sleep apnea, all kinds of shit. My cousins, same thing. I have cousins with narcolepsy. I've got like my whole family's fucked up.
Yeah.
I am literally the only one in my family that is not on drugs. I can lay down at night, put my head on a fucking pillow, and fall asleep.
Okay.
So
And that's all wonderful things. I am not knocking you whatsoever. I am just asking you to look within yourself, you know? That's all. If you want to talk about it at another time, obviously I would love to do that. I'm just saying, I would love to help you if I
oh,
can.
I can 100% appreciate that.
Okay.
I 100% appreciate that, but I believe that the way that I deal with things is the way, like the best way for
It might be
me.
serving you right now, but it's not serving you in the best way it could be. It's not something that avoiding those topics and just accepting that it is what it is. It's very dangerous for you.
But I'm not necessarily like, hang on. Hang on, let me just walk down the hallway. I'm not avoiding. I'm not like this is my dresser in my bedroom. Oh wait, how do I change it? Here, let's do this. We'll do that. That's my dog. That's his
Yeah.
urn. That's his first collar when I first got him. That's his paw print. I'm not. It's not like I'm avoiding things.
Have you done that for your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily that because I don't have. I have a picture of him, but it got destroyed and like it got
Can you get another one?
water damaged. I
Okay.
can. I just have. I haven't at this point, but I
Do
have
you think it would
his.
be a good idea to maybe do a shadow box?
I
You can
could.
get a
I mean,
picture. I mean,
I
that could
have.
be very good.
I have thought about putting him there with my dog because I do believe that like when my dog passed, when I put my dog down, I have my dog's I have a necklace that was my brother's when what's the organization? Dude, I'm fucking drunk. I'm sorry.
You're okay, honey.
Make a Wish, Make a Wish, Make a Wish. Make a Wish
Okay.
Foundation sent him to Hawaii and
Oh, fun.
he got yeah, I was supposed to go. I told him, I had a cunt of like I'm sorry, I don't want to like
You're fine.
throw out some triggering words, but she was not a nice person. I was supposed to go with him to Hawaii, but she was jealous that I was going to Hawaii, and so I ended up not going.
That sucks. You missed out on
And
something with
so
your brother.
I really don't fucking like her for that.
Yeah.
But also at the time, I believe that so he had rhabdomyosarcoma,
Uh-huh.
which is a rare childhood cancer. Well, when they sent him to Hawaii for the Make a Wish thing, he had gone into remission, and so in my mind, I thought that okay, well he's fucking cured, like
Yeah, he's going to be fine.
it's all over.
He'll be
But
back and yeah, we can make
in,
memories then.
in reality, like if I had
Yeah.
actually asked questions and done the research, like remission doesn't mean shit. Like that shit's coming back.
Yeah.
Rhabdomyosarcoma, like it's gonna take like no matter what.
So
Rhabdomyosarcoma is gonna take you.
how long after the Hawaii trip did he pass?
It was about 6 months. He was in remission, like 100%. And then the tumors came back. He had tumors on his lungs, and so about maybe it was like 4 or 5 months. The tumors came back, and then he passed like 6 months after that.
Yeah.
And it was I remember it's funny how you talk about like how you were saying like like you have these memories, but you don't actually. I don't remember what I was. I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't.
No, I get what you're saying. Like you have memories, but they're almost gone. They're just so
Yes.
far. They're fuzzy to where they don't feel like yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
get that.
remember being in a hospital room and with my mom, my stepdad, who was a piece of shit, by the way. I wish I could fucking kill that motherfucker. My grandparents, and we signed an no resuscitate. Was it no resuscitate?
Non-resuscitation, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he had a seizure and he was in the ICU. And so we went in, so we had this big meeting with all the doctors. We signed the no resuscitate thing, and about a week later, his lungs started filling up with fluid and he couldn't breathe. And thankfully, it was almost like he felt like the way the doctors explained it is he like fell asleep and
Okay.
he didn't feel any pain. They kept him, and it's weird because so all of us stayed in the hospital that night. We were all like sleeping in some area of the hospital, and I was sleeping out in the reception on the bench area.
Right.
But no. My cousin was sleeping out there. My mom was sleeping just outside of the room. My aunt Linda was sleeping in the reception. I was at my grandparents' house. That's what it was. I was at my grandparents' house. And I remember waking up at like 6:45 in the morning, and I woke up out of nowhere, and I was like wide awake. And then like 20 minutes later, the phone rang. My grandpa came out. I remember he was in his whitey tighties. And he came out and he sat down on the couch next to me. Or like, like I was lengthwise on the couch, like you're sleeping on the couch, and he sat down on the couch. He said, "Your brother passed away this morning." And I remember being like half asleep, and I looked at my grandpa and I said, "Yeah, I know." And
Did you feel him go?
No,
Like, no?
I didn't, but my aunt and two of my cousins did. Like we
Okay.
all woke up at literally the exact same time. My aunt was actually sleeping so you know how like in hospital rooms, how they have like the hospital bed and they have like the recliner thing that turns into a bed.
Yeah.
So my aunt was sleeping in that. My mom was sleeping outside of the room because she had been sleeping in that bed thing for like 2 weeks.
Oh.
And so she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna sleep out here on this like couch thing because it's like more comfortable." And my aunt said that she felt like she woke up, felt a pressure on her chest, like not like painful, but she felt like this light pressure on her chest. And my cousin Janelle, who was closest to my brother Tommy, ironically, Tommy, she woke up at the exact same time. I woke up at the exact same time. So
It's crazy.
I don't know what that means, but
it means that there was a connection. It means that he was trying to make you guys know what had happened. Do you not believe in spirit?
I don't know what I believe in. I can tell you this. Let me put this down. Oh, I was in my bed trying to get ready to go to bed, but now I'm back in the dining room drinking whatever's left of my beer. So,
oh my God, Bryden.
So like 5 years after that, I was at a friend's house, and so it was my best friend at the time. I have like three. So it's my best friend Mike. I also have my best friend Pete, who is like 100% my best friend. I love his kids. His kids are my god kids. But my friend Mike, his sister was over, and she was like, "All right, well, let's play with the fucking Ouija board." I was like, I mean, this kind of sounds like a bad idea. But so we ended up playing with the Ouija board.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. Dude, bro, Locke, it was. If I didn't believe in some shit before that, like,
Yeah.
we were in the master bedroom. I was laying on the floor, like imagine like laying flat on your stomach with your feet up against the wall. Well, my feet were actually up against the bathroom door, the master bathroom door in the master bathroom. There's no fucking other way in. There wasn't like a secondary door that went in there.
Right.
So we're laying there, and we start talking to what I thought was them fucking around, and they're like, my friend Jake was sitting on the bed. He wasn't actually. He didn't have his hands on the. We were using a shot glass, and like we start asking questions, and then it came up somehow like something about Jake, and then Jake starts asking questions. He's sitting on the fucking bed. He's like, "Well, what's your middle name?" And it spells out the middle name of his fucking great grandfather.
That's crazy.
And all this other shit.
That's
we're like,
real crazy.
What the fuck? And we're like, all right, well, so up next to the bed, we had this candle tree, and it was like 8 candles around the bottom. And then as it got to the top, there were less and less and less candles, and then 1 candle on the top. We're like, all right, well, blow out the top candle on the candle tree, just the top. Don't affect any other ones, just the top. And the top candle starts fucking like flickering hard, like it was about to blow out. It never actually blew out, but it almost blew out. So we're like, holy, like what the fuck? And then
That's crazy.
And then Crystal, my friend Crystal, was like, well, show yourself in the bathroom mirror. And it's like, nope, you don't want to see me. Something like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like, it spelled out like, basically like it was so deformed that you don't want to see my image, basically. And then like 5 minutes later, the fucking bathroom, the shower turns on for like 10 seconds. I had my feet laying up against the bathroom door. There was nobody in that bathroom. Nobody went in that bathroom. It just straight turned on. So then later that night, I was like, all right, y'all, I gotta peace out. So I go home, and the next morning I wake up, I get in the shower, I'm washing up, whatever. I get out, and I notice, like, as I'm drying off, that I have on my right shoulder 4 scratches, on my left shoulder 8 scratches, but they weren't scratches, they were like welts. Like, if you would imagine, like, if somebody put their hand on your shoulder and drug down towards your arm, there were 8 on one shoulder, 4 on the other. I was like, what the fuck is that?
That's crazy.
And so
real crazy.
I called Crystal, and I was like, dude, bro, your fucking Ouija board shit is like whack. Like, I'm not doing that shit.
Right?
So she's like, well, so she had me come over. So I went over there that night. We fucking made another Ouija board because we had burned it. So we made it out of a piece of cardboard, because apparently you want to burn the Ouija board after you use it.
No, you fucking don't. Are you serious right now?
Well, that's what we did.
That shit before. Oh,
we used it with a shot glass, and I mean, we may have used a separate shot glass to take the shot.
Oh my gosh.
But
you have to bind that board. You have to do it the correct way before you burn something. You cannot burn shit that you have.
That was the way they said it was. There was to burn the Ouija board. We burned the fucking Ouija board.
Oh my god! You could Google that and find that shit. Come on,
my
god! You don't do that.
So that night. So let me. So before I noticed the shit on my shoulder, I woke up in a panic. I felt like I was being choked. I woke up in a panic, sat up. I was like, what the fuck? I jumped up and ran out of my room. I went back into my room, and like in my head, I was like, all right, so my computer chair's over here with a towel over the back, whatever. It's over like I had to have been seeing a show, but what I saw was the figure of a man with, you know what a bowler cap is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those like top hats that kind of like roll up.
Yeah, they're like circled.
Yeah, like the 1800s, like.
Mm-hmm.
So what I saw was the figure of a man with one of those on the wall, like in a shadow form, and I like rationalized it in my head as, you know, the computer chair with the towel over the back was over here, and it was casting a shadow, and you know that was it. And then when I woke up the next morning, I had those marks on my shoulders when I got out of the shower.
That is so weird.
So I went back to Crystal's house, which was my friend that, you know, did the whole Ouija board thing. And she busted us. She like made up another Ouija board, and she was like, you know, did you fucking go over to my friend's house last night? And it said something like, it said its name was Jake, and then it said joke, like it was a joke, like it was playing a joke.
That was a joke by Scratchy?
It was a joke that it like attacked me in the middle. Like legit, when I look back on it.
So like, you didn't feel like the burning or anything like that when you guys were like sitting around? I mean, you were probably.
I didn't feel anything until like the middle of the night. I was sleeping. I like woke up, felt like I couldn't breathe. Okay, felt like I was being choked out. Sat up, and when I sat up, I saw the figure wearing a bowler cap on the wall, and I ran out of my fucking room. And then when I went back in and turned on the light, I was like, oh, it was the street light outside with the, you know, like I was rationalizing in my head when really the way the street light was, the shadow should have been on a completely different wall, and it 100% like didn't look like the fucking the computer chair that I had a towel over.
That's crazy.
And so, how did I even get on the subject? I know there was a point.
I don't know.
We were talking about spirit, yeah.
Spirit. So, I do believe that there's something, and we like NASA and all the like the government says, oh, we found this fucking, you know, this planet. It's in the, you know, the Goldilocks, whatever, and it's the right temperature. Well, bullshit, because we have, if you look at like at bacteria and shit that lives on Earth, like there's shit that lives in fucking volcanic fucking the volcanic whatevers.
Oh yeah, they're called extremophiles.
Yeah, exactly. So how is NASA gonna fucking say, oh, well, we found this planet, and so we think there could be life on this planet because it's, you know, within this temperature range? Fuck you, NASA.
Yeah.
Right. But I do think that because we are energy, right? We are energy. I think that we go somewhere. We can't just. I don't know.
Well, yeah, your spirit. You have a soul. You have a spirit. You know what I mean? Like there's something to it.
Yeah, and
that doesn't just go away. And I have, like, my daughter is a medium. My best friend is a medium, and like she's a very powerful medium, and she talks to spirit. I mean, it is what it is. They're real. They're really there, and they're everywhere. like everywhere.
I do believe there's spirits, but I don't believe that ghosts exist in like the in the traditional form, like what was that show, Ghost Hunters
Mhm.
Yeah.
on Discovery? Fucking sham. Like you, I I don't know.
I believe in
so
ghosts.
I believe in ghosts. Like, so the night that I put my dog down, the next day I slept in my new house for the first time. And I don't know if it was like a psychological thing or if it was real, but I woke up in the middle of the night. It sounded like somebody was
Mhm.
rustling in the sheets, right? Like, like moving around in the sheets kind of sound.
Yeah.
I heard that, and I woke up and I was laying there. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it felt like something was laying across my chest. Like it felt like pressure across my chest.
You need to clean your house. Like, you need to sage your house. It sounds like
Yeah.
it sounds like you have had some really negative energy in wherever you're living,
But
and
it
they
didn't.
have made no, they have made shadow people, and that shadow people come from people's angst and their anger. And a shadow person can hurt you. Like,
But
they
it didn't hurt.
obviously.
It didn't hurt. It was like it just felt like pressure. And I woke up. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like it felt like it's so hard to explain. It was
Huh.
like, and it was the day. It was the next. It was like the first night after putting my dog down. And I
That
kind
was
of feel like
beautiful.
it was. I had my dog. My dog was with me for 14 years, and so
Yeah,
I kind of like. I almost wonder if it was like something with him. I don't know.
it's very possible.
I feel like
It's
we
very
lost you,
possible.
No, I'm
Like
here.
what?
Locke.
I'm just listening, bro.
Well, I'm sorry guys, but I do have to cut it. My son, in case you haven't seen, his legs have been knocking around behind me. He just woke up and it's 1 o'clock and I need to get out of his room. So I gotta cut it off. But it was so very, very amazing to have you guys all here. Thank
Yep.
you everybody for being here and supporting. I will put all the information in my community tab for Survivors Unite. That will be on Sundays at 7, every other Sunday, unless it like really, jumps off, and then I'll do it every week. So
Right.
but yeah, I really appreciate everybody. I hope you have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow. I love you all.
All
See you,
right.
Smashley. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Love you
And
guys.
You're
if you
welcome.
say something in chat on Tommy's channel and I don't respond, it's because I'm at work and I'm driving, and it's I'll say something and then go back to driving.
You're all good. You're all good.
Yeah.
So,
It was
all
good
right.
meeting you,
Well,
green guy in
Yeah,
Walmart.
Yep.
it was
And
very good talking to you guys.
thanks for having me up,
yeah,
Smash. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
you guys too.
Absolutely.
for having
Thank
me
you for
on.
being. Thank you so much for helping me, Locke.
Hi, you're
Like,
more than welcome.
seriously.
More than welcome.
Me and my blonde moments.
It's all
So
good.
fun.
We all have them. Don't worry about it.
All right, you guys
If
have
you
a
need
wonderful night.
anything,
Yeah.
give me a
All
holler.
right.
Have a good night. All right.
Yeah, have a
Thank
Bye,
good
you.
night.
guys.
I
Yep.
will. I will.
Bye, Smashley.
Good
Bye,
night.
Lon. Bye,
Good night,
Walmart.
everybody.
Yep.
Mwah.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.